Bentonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Monday, May 8th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 86. Coming up on OTB, presented by All-Star Toyota, we have a new edition of Weekend Winners at 8 a.m. And Hold the Mayo, Devin Snow, joins the show at 9:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in. Monday, May 8th, 2023. T-Bob, Jake, Marin, Taylor, hanging out with you today. Hope you had a wunderbar weekend. We will be breaking it all down throughout the day today. Got a lot of baseball talk to get to. Kentucky Derby was popping off. 3-1. Great. How about it, Jake?
How about it?
The SEC as a whole this week was pretty weird. Maybe a little coronation talk sneaking in somewhere there. A bunch of NBA playoff takes going down. And as you always know, weekend winners, spread lines, everything else. It's going to be a fun Monday show. We are encouraging you to come hang out with us this weekend, 7 to 10 a.m., youtube.com/1045ESPN. If you want to get in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, give us your takes, whatever you want to say. And then, as always, you can just listen to the radio, okay? If you're going to work, school. Ooh, last week of school for a lot of people. Is that right? I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not. My kids aren't in real school. They're in, like Mother's Day out or whatever. I think it's their last week.
It is
so
theirs. I remember that. But 2 weeks. Like you got 2 weeks left.
Hey, shout out to the parents.
Hey, you can do anything for 2
left,
weeks.
I'm not encouraging the kids. I'm saying steal yourselves, parents, because summer is coming, and I know you love summer because of your schedule and allows you to hang out with your kids more than you get to normally.
It does.
But for most,
I'm in the minority.
summer is a never-ending grind of what in the hell am I going to do with these kids all day and how do I keep them entertained? So shout out to all the parents engaging in just summer camp after summer camp. But the biggest shout out goes to Jake Hester, as we got a little birthday boy on our hands, dude. So go ahead and get throughout the show today all your best Jake Hester memories in the chat. We'll go take some trips down memory lane. Happy birthday, Jake. How's it feel, man?
It feels 38.
Oh, man. That's,
it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great.
Somehow feels significantly older than 37.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
But every time I say 38, I get the same reaction that T-Bob just gave me. It doesn't matter who I'm talking to. Someone older than me, someone younger than me, somebody close to the same age as me. And they're right. There's something about 38. It's a bad number. It's not a good number.
Maybe it's because, okay, so when you get, like, if you're looking at a 10, when you get to 5, you round up to 10, right?
Yeah.
So then if we split that half from 5 to 10, 7.5 becomes the rounding point, right? So in a way, at 37, you can still round all the way down to 30. Like you're in your low 30s.
Sure.
At 38,
Yeah.
we are unquestionably rounding up to 40.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll persevere. We'll find a way.
Yep. Hell yeah.
We'll continue to move forward.
Hell yeah.
We'll do push-ups today to make myself feel a little bit younger.
That's right.
And we'll have a day. It's a birthday on a Monday. Not great. It's not ideal, but
no.
You know what? It doesn't matter.
No, but happy birthday nonetheless, dude. That's awesome. Congratulations. Another year on this earth. Always worth celebrating. Let me bring up the chat here. Maybe not worth celebrating is how it went in Auburn this weekend as this LSU baseball team, a lot of firsts. First series loss of the year. First time they've dropped 2 games in a row. on the year. I don't know if this is the case, but it certainly feels like the case. First time I've seen Dylan Cruz go 1 of 12 over a weekend in the year. So it was a bad weekend. The thing is, though, Jake, it feels weird because of how you feel about it on this Monday. But if I could take you back in time to about 9 o'clock Saturday night, you were feeling great.
Yeah.
Like, it was truly a tale of two weekends. Friday was awesome.
Yep.
Paul Skeen's magical. 15 Ks. Trey Morgan coming up with all the big hits, right? A source of production where Morgan's been solid, right? But has not had kind of he hasn't had the game where it was his bat that got it done. You had Milazzo coming up with a clutch hit late to turnover. Like, and then how about it? Thatcher Hurd. Are you kidding me? Third good outing in a row. Save situation in the SEC, getting it done. Like, the world's your oyster. And then Saturday starts. You're winning 2-0. Ty Floyd struck out 7 in a row. Life was good. And then in that fourth inning, Jake, everything changed. And it just never got any better. You know what it reminded me of? Like when you're watching a cartoon or something, they drive off in like the sports car, a nice, really nice car, right? It looks so cool. And then it just completely falls apart, like in a comical way. Like the wheels pop off, the frame drops out, the axle snap, and you're just set looking at an old, decrepit car that just got run ruled on Sunday by the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, when you looked at the matchup on Saturday and you're up and all those things and Ty Floyd's dealing, like you're feeling really good about it. And also you kind of in the back of your mind know that Sunday they're probably going to have the pitching advantage and they're going to have some advantages in game 3 of the series. And so you wanted to go out there and get game 2. And it felt like when you lost that game 2, it's like, uh-oh. I know everybody's like, you'll be fine. Cut it loose. You'll get them tomorrow. I'm like, I just don't know about tomorrow.
Really? See, I was definitely in the, it'll be fine Sunday crowd because Auburn's pitching has been good this year. And I just figured that LSU's plate discipline, which wasn't there as much this weekend, would just eventually overwhelm them.
Yeah, and it just, the way that they kind of format Sundays, it leaves room for what happened on Sunday. And you're still not solid there. You're still kind of worried about it, but it just felt like as soon as you lost that game, I turned to Katie. I said, "Oh man, I'm worried about tomorrow."
Wow.
And I don't know what that feeling was, but you had every opportunity to win game 2 of that series, and it was wild. You kept even feeling down to the last strike. You had 2 guys on. You had Trey Morgan at the plate. Very hard to strike out. He's got a full count. He's going to get a pitch to hit, and then he has an awkward swing, strikes. It was a weird way for that game to end. And you felt like, again, like you still felt like on Saturday they had every opportunity because they chipped away, found a way. Chervinsky hits the home run. You're like, okay, here it comes. And then it just never came and just didn't have a great feeling about Sunday. And then Sunday, the way you started that game, to say that was unique and to say that was disappointing would be a vast understatement.
Yeah. Sheesh. You want to talk about just immediately. And like I said, I felt really good about Sunday, right? Because the bats hadn't really broken through yet. And I thought that it would be impossible to keep this LSU. I mean, we're talking about the worst staff in the SEC, statistically. The people that walk the most, give up the most runs, all these sorts of things, right? Highest batting average. So I thought like the explosion was waiting, and it was going the other way. As you open that game, 6 walks in the first inning.
Yeah.
6, I mean.
Not even close, though.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Just 4 pitch.
Like, not like, framed a little bit better. Or, oh, man, right there on the, just all over the place. Spike, high, outside. It didn't even remotely come close to the strike zone in those walks.
Yeah, and maybe the saddest part is that, these bats are so good that you couldn't even check out. Like, you couldn't even be like, okay, I'm just going to bail and go enjoy my Sunday. No, you still kind of have to stick around with this LSU
You do.
team because of how good they've been at going on these runs and making some late inning magic happen. Unfortunately, again, no part of this LSU baseball team could wake up this weekend after the 4th inning on Saturday as they end. What did they do? Yeah, so on Saturday, they went 1 of 6 with the bases loaded. Load them up 3 times, came away with 1 run. On Sunday, they go 1 of 12 with runners on base. Again, 1 of 6 with runners in scoring position. And Jay Johnson was talking afterwards about how they just never get a good rhythm. It'd be like, good at bat, bad at bat, bad at bat, good at bat, bad at bat. And that is what surprised me most, right? I thought the single biggest advantage that LSU had was their approach at the plate. their discerning eye, how willing they were to take walks to make pitchers work and through that open opportunity for balls to hit. And that just didn't, again, Auburn should have been especially susceptible to this, and it just never came to be. And then the defense, not wanting to be left out, decided to commit 3 more errors as well. So that's a portion of the team that continues to regress.
Yeah, and again, we'll get to it, you're going to lose series, and it was going, to happen, and it happens, and you lose back-to-back games, and we're in May, and so, this isn't doomsday, but we're pointing out some of the things that we have just not seen LSU do this year. The bases loaded, yes, T, but also who you had coming up with the bases loaded. You didn't have 7, 8, 9 coming up. I mean, you had the heart of your lineup, some of the best hitters, if not the 2 best hitters in the country coming up. And so that's why you were so disappointed. You knew you were going to get the big hit. You knew you were going to get at least 2 or 3 runs in those situations. And it's just, man, when you leave that many people on base, when you have that opportunity with Dylan Cruz, with Tommy White coming up, you're just expecting, because they've done it all season long.
Yeah, and I know, I feel bad. I probably should have started just mentioning it in the first this weekend because it just feels so overly aggressive for how incredible he's been this year. But make no mistake, this is a huge – now, I'm not worried about it, but this is an insane outlier weekend for Dylan Cruz. I've never seen a weekend like this, not this year at least, especially. But 1 of 4 in Game 1, 0 for 4 in Game 2 Saturday night. Now, he does get a walk, so he keeps that on-base streak alive. And then 1 of 4 on Sunday. To hold Dylan Cruz to 2 of 12 – that entire and I think only 1 walk in the entire weekend. Give that whole Auburn staff a medal, because there is no way that should have dropped his batting average all the way down to 463, Jake, and I believe he was still high 480s going into the weekend. Which again, when you set such an insanely high bar, of course, a bad weekend can have such kind of an undue impact. So you know what? Everything sucked. After that 4th inning where you had coaches getting tossed, you weren't really sure which coaches were getting tossed, and it should have been a balk on Auburn before, and then it was so but after that everything just went to crap, and culminates in that run rule on Sunday. But I don't think it's all bad. And when we get back here in OTB, let's look at maybe where you go from here. Maybe a little bit of a sunshine pump here from your favorite pumpers on this Monday. And we'll look at the SEC as a whole, Jake, because you are not alone in what happened to you this weekend. So, look, keep it locked right here on OTB. Again, if you want to get involved by for our YouTube chat, youtube.com/1045ESPN. Wish Jake a happy birthday. Come hang out this morning here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Jake, we just had an incredible spring, I would say, right? And it's still rolling along, but if you're feeling the heat may come. But the point is, right, spring is the time of renewal, okay? A time of rebirth, making plans into the future. And if you're worried about your future, you want to lock it up, you want to feel good about the direction that your life is going. Maybe you feel stuck right now, right? You have a job, but you don't have a career. You don't have that long-term security, that long-term vision that you're looking for. All of that can be solved with ITI Technical College right there off of Airline Highway, a local family-owned trade school that's been making Louisianians' dreams come true by giving them those careers for 50 years, y'all. So the time to act is now, okay? Get off the couch. Celebrate 50 years. Go get that AOS degree in just 2 years. ITI Technical College. 225-267-8003. Call them. Tell them what you're looking to do. They can help you get to the finish line. They're going to work with your schedule. ITIcollege.edu. ITIcollege.edu.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app.
Charles Henniger for the Monday edition of Game Time. We're at Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill in Denham Springs, recapping all the weekend Kentucky Derby, LSU baseball, and NBA playoffs. It's right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling,
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Hey, everyone watching on YouTube, like the post, share it with your friends, please. The algorithmic gods that rule our existence help us continue to grow the show. And hey, check it out. Go sub to Off the Bench Saints and Off the Bench LSU. As for all of your LSU football and Saints needs, that's where we put all those segments. And then if you're still a Facebooker, you're still a Facebooker.
Like Zuttenberg, like.
Still, if you're a little meta boy and girl, that's where we're starting to put all of our video up there, right? It's such a weird dance with these online algorithms and like what ends up negatively affecting what you're looking for versus helping to grow. And Facebook is cool with all the videos. So like our Jay Johnson interviews, all that, all on the 104.5 ESPN Facebook. So make sure to check all that out. Jake, D1 Baseball, shout out Eric Knockwood in the chat, point out that D1 baseball just dropped their who actually did that? It was Krista Kissinger. Excuse me. Good job, Krista. D1 baseball's rankings just came out, and there's been a change at the top. Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Now the number 1 team in the entire country. But Jake, I love this because, I already had it written here before this came out, right? It said, okay, that sucked, but now let's pump some sunshine. And truly not the worst thing to happen for multiple reasons, right? A little losing's good for everybody, makes you mortal and be humble a little bit. But for the superstitious out there, this takes out all the number 1 from pole to pole, number 1 overall national seed. Will you? Because you can't win Omaha if you're the number 1 overall seed. Can you win all your SEC series? Like all of these kinds of regular season numbers and record chasing are now thrown out of the window, and I don't hate that.
It's not the worst place to be, to your point, T, because obviously we saw it play out last year, just a year ago with Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically had won the national championship already at this point, and they don't even get to Omaha. So there is something to say about that. Now, you still got to go out there, and you have to prove that this takes some pressure off of you. You have to go out there and still play like the number 1 team in the country. And Wake Forest was right on your heels already. And then they win 2 of 3 against a top 20 Boston College team, a team that was 14th, I believe, in the RPI before the weekend. So they get 2 quality wins there. So it's not a surprise at all. But it's like, okay, well, what do you do now? Now you kind of hit a reset.
Yep.
Now you still have winnable series in front of you, right? And you got 1 at home, 1 on the road. Go there. You win those 2 series. Even if you win 4 of 6 games, you're still going to be just where you want to be. You'll have a top seed there. In Hoover, you'll at least you assume you'll have, one of the top 3 seeds there at like obviously at worst.
Yes.
Like you're going to be fine there
for sure. You're still the number 1. I know you don't have the best record in the SEC
what I'm saying. Unless
right
you
now.
just fall on your face.
Yeah, you're still the number 1
weekends.
seed in the SEC for sure. Or maybe not actually mathematically because you just do it by record. But yeah, you'll get a top 3 seed.
And so you're fine. It's the first series. We're sitting here May the 8th, and you have your first series, and so there's not a lot of panic here. It is funny. So you're talking about YouTube and social media. At OTB_ESPN on Instagram put out a poll there, kind of just a vibe check.
Okay.
Just to check out how the fans were feeling, and this was over 250 votes. So 36% all good, but some nerves.
Yeah.
Which is probably where a lot of people sit.
You can't be. To reinforce that sentiment, we can all recognize this is an awesome LSU team. I think the problem are that, again, we view this team through a championship lens, and small problems look really big when magnified through a championship lens. And so we'll have this conversation a little bit, Jake. But, yeah, when you look at the numbers outside of Paul Skeens, this is a staff that really leaves a lot to be desired. Not to say they don't have good performances and there aren't things to like it, guys who turn in the right direction, but, like, some of the numbers are kind of jarring. So I think that's, I probably feel all good with a little bit of nerves.
I think that's where I would feel as well. So full panic because of the pitching actually got 31%.
Yeah, that makes
which
sense.
Is the
After
lowest, which is the lowest percentage of the 3 options, but still 31%. And then just relax was 33%. So I think a lot of LSU fans, 69% of them still feel okay, they still feel good about where you're at there, but there is cause for concern because, when Ty Floyd's going really, really, strong through 4 innings and gets there, and then all of a sudden it just, there's a little bit of a collapse. And then on Sunday, the way you started that game, to say that was unique would be an understatement. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like Hunt said it perfectly. Like Hunt just had, has a young son. He's like, is this what I have to look forward to? And the first year they start becoming the pitcher and not the coach. I'm like, yes. 9U baseball, that's exactly what it is. Like in 9U baseball, you get excited when either team hits the ball and puts it in play. Like anywhere on the field, you don't even care. You're so excited not to see a walk. That's what that felt like.
Yeah, it was, and sheesh, and it sucks because, like, everybody's, especially in a series deciding game like that, like it's like Louisiana tradition where you're posted up, right? A little Sunday, 1 a.m., maybe you got done with church, you had a lunch with the fam, like hopefully the kids are running around doing some outside. It's a nice day. Maybe you have like a little outdoor TV set up, or maybe you get one outside and you just plug it in there. Like, and everyone posts up and you're ready. Okay, I got 3 hours to just kind of enjoy myself. And it just immediately sucked. And it just never got any better. Thankfully, it ended early with the run rule. And again, though, I don't hate this, man, because it does humble you, right? And I'm not saying that overconfidence was the problem here, because I don't think that's the case. Actually, I think they just got outplayed. But maybe there was a little bit of that kind of in the mix, right? I mean, you were winners of 8 SEC games in a row. You're as hot have you been all year. Skeens just, like I said, just carried you on Friday. But then again, you get the 2 outs out of Ackenhausen. Thatcher Hurd, third good appearance in a row, which again, one of his main takeaways of the weekend is that Thatcher Hurd, there's 3 runs of save situation, Jake, technically on the stats. Yeah, right? So Thatcher Hurd, save situation, coming in, 2 Ks, looking dominant, like looking so comfortable, so confident. That's one of the things to really be excited about coming out of the weekend. But I guess, the point is you were kind of riding an all-time high after Friday night this entire year, and you had to get punched in the mouth a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a bloody nose, a little bloody lip, kind of refocuses you. Actually, I was watching some randomly on Jim Carrey and the Grinch when he was talking about getting the Grinch makeup on, and it was such a claustrophobic and insane process. I think it was something like 6 to 8 hours of sitting there, like breathing through tubes, just like awful stuff, right? And so they had these Navy SEALs come in and train him with how to deal with it. And one of their techniques was to like punch yourself in the leg. Or basically, it's kind of funny. It's the old Major Payne technique.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
When he snapped his finger.
Yes.
I used to think it was so funny when I was a kid.
Major Payne. What a drunk.
I wonder if Major Payne's like, I wonder if seeing an adult if I was thinking it was funny. So I thought it was the height of comedy.
I thought it was great.
I did too.
Back in the 90s.
Now your finger hurt. I can't even remember how he sounds. Anyway, whatever. The point is, it was like, like punch yourself really hard in the leg, do something to kind of set your mind, get your mind out of where it is and kind of back to the task at hand. And maybe LSU needed to be punched in the mouth a little bit and just be like, okay, boys, look, this is what it is. One pitch and clear. We're going to flush it. We're going to move on. We're going to get it right this week.
Yeah, sometimes a loss like that can refocus you. And again, like I'm trying not to overreact to your first series loss, your first back-to-backs, but it does feel like LSU's at a point where there's some things that need to be fixed.
Yeah.
There's some things that need to be refocused. And it's not the same because football is different than baseball in college, but when we lost to Arkansas, like that was going to go one of 2 ways in 2007.
100%.
We were either going to refocus and lock in and go win the SEC, or we were going to get our butts kicked by Tennessee. Well, we had really good leadership on that team. We refocused. We beat Tennessee. Then once we got an opportunity to get back into it, and you were on that team.
Yeah.
We could have played the 72 Dolphins, and we would have beaten them.
No,
like,
I'll never
at least in
forget-
our minds, we would have. Like, we were as locked in during that championship prep.
I'll never forget the players-only meeting and the Ricky Jean Francois speech where he basically called out everyone because a lot of this was going to that Arkansas game. Everybody was already making championship plans, right? Everybody was already talking about Atlanta, already talking about a national championship and everything and where it'd be, what you can do. And you got punched in the mouth. And I remember Ricky getting up there and just talking about, like, F all that. Nothing matters. I don't care what happens after. Like, the only thing that matters is the trip to Atlanta, right? And for this LSU baseball team, it's the same deal. The only thing that matters is next on the schedule. The only way to solve it is by getting back in the win column, which they're going to do. I have full and complete faith in this team. Am I worried about the staff outside of Skeens? Absolutely. How could I not be, right? It's not that there's not talent, but there is a lack of consistency. Ackenhausen remains very good when you see him. You just win games that he pitches in, which is kind of a little funny stat. Again, Thatcher could not be more excited about what he's been able to do. But as you saw, I mean, it's like tough with Ty Floyd. You kind of got the Ty Floyd experience all in one start here, right? Where some of the inconsistencies that he's shown throughout the year was right there. Great through 3 innings, fell apart in the 4th. Christian Little, some Sundays he has it, and some Sundays he blows up spectacularly. And then Javen Coleman continues to kind of on the comeback trail. So yes, I can't remember the exact numbers, but they put a graphic up there yesterday, Jake, and it's like the rest of the staff without Skeens. I think we're at like an 8 ERA or something.
That broadcast, they pointed to that about 73 times during the broadcast, and my gosh, we will get to that later. the two on the call there for the LSU Auburn game on Sunday. But the good news for LSU is they have Mississippi State at home this weekend.
Yep.
That's a get-right situation.
100%.
Like, you've got to take advantage of that. We're not trying to be funny or disrespectful, but they're 6-18 in conference play, okay? They were the only team, T, as you've done a nice job of putting this in there, they were the only team outside of South Carolina that got swept this weekend.
Yep.
Okay? You have to take advantage. And it looked like the bad news bears out there at times, like for Mississippi State. So right now they're reeling in it, okay? Well, go ahead. You got to take advantage of that. That's a team that you have to take advantage. You go out there, get your mojo back, get whatever you need back in that series because you're going to have every advantage in that series. And then, like, even going on the road, and Georgia is capable because of, they got a freshman that might be the best freshman in the country. He's right there with old boy from South Carolina.
Petrie.
They are, but they're 10-14.
Yeah.
They're 10-14 in SEC play. Yes, you are going on the road. You have to play in their stadium. But that's, again, if you're the team that we know you are, you've got to go take advantage of these two series coming up, right? We talked about it all season long. It was top-ended. You were going to have the best teams on your schedule in the SEC at the front of it. Well, now here's the back end of it. And you dropped one of those series. Not that Auburn is a bad baseball team. They're figuring some things out. They beat South Carolina the same way. But you've got to take advantage of this because it's a perfect situation for you. Ty Floyd, right? Go get your mojo back in that game 2. Game number 3, somebody step up and throw strikes. That's another part of it. Like, I don't care if you throw 98. I don't care if you have movement. Give me someone that will go in there. I don't care if it's 91, 92, but he hits his spots. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for someone to be consistent on Sundays.
You would rather them just demolish you, right? Just hit the ball around the field, hit home runs, than what you witnessed Sunday, where you just handed it to them. You didn't make them earn it. You just could. And again, it wasn't even like the majority of the time that they were earning these walks. It was an incredible amount of just 4-pitch take your base going on. So yeah, I'm with you, Jake. But obviously, look, this team knows that now, right? Through failure, our foibles need to they get exposed, right? And then they're able to be worked on. Now, I know that LSU operates under the don't accept in a win what you win in a loss principle, so they try to do that no game no matter what. But there's no denying that when you lose, it all becomes, I guess, the demand for focus and kind of immediate attention just becomes that much more front of mind. All right, when we get back, let's look at the rest of the SEC, and then we'll wrap up the baseball talk for today. We got weekend winners coming up as well. We got to shout out this LSU softball team who did get it done over the weekend. So keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
225-206-1517, 225-206-1517. That is Thomas' email's cell phone number. Thomas making email can make your insurance situation better than you ever have experienced before in your life, man. You call up that number. He'll answer no matter what the time is. And no matter what insurance needs you have, business, home, auto, you're in some sort of business that has insurances that I don't even know exist. That's okay. Because Thomas and Megan are going to shop around. They're going to get you the absolute best policy. Trust me, so many people have saved money by going to Riverlands Insurance. Join that number. We're going to Riverlands Insurance, 225-206-1517.
Yeah, no matter where you're at, right? If you're listening to us up in Shreveport on 11:30 a.m. The Tiger, if you're listening to us in Alexandria, New Orleans, certainly here in Baton Rouge, like, it does not matter. We are talking to you. Call Thomas today. Actually, you can call him right now because it's happened. It's happened multiple times during the live. So call him today, 225-206-1517.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Hey, it's Matt Musso. Join me Monday through Friday for your daily update on LSU baseball with Musso at the Box, presented by New Orleans Flooring. Wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, and check out New Orleans Flooring. 2 locations, Metairie and Prairieville, or NOLAFlooring.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get him now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come home in Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down the
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench. Anytime. Poll.
Join us for the Monday edition of Hanny Time. It's a big weekend in Southeastern Conference baseball. As we come down the stretch, we take a look back at LSU's series against Auburn. Hanny Time, noon weekdays, 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
How I love an uptown girl. She's the one I'm thinking of. Daisy May, your mother don't approve of me, so I take the midnight trolley to be with her. Daisy May.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. You want to play Star Wars music for your birthday, Jake?
You know,
J-Dubs? Little Indiana Jones?
Maybe next year. Maybe next year. You know me. I'm a little old school, a little bluesy. Leon Bridges, fantastic. Benny King, first song. Benny King, Stand By Me is my one song if I'm deserted, like just on a deserted island, right?
The one?
That's my one. And I have to hear one like on replay. That's it. That's it. It's classic. I never get tired of it. That's the one song I'm going with.
You've had a little bit of a Jerry O'Connell body life experience, right? In that chunky little kid, maybe.
I didn't know what. I had no idea. Dude. I had no idea where
chunky
you were going.
Chunky little kid early on playing nose guard, then getting abs all of a sudden, kind of becoming the heartthrob. I mean, I think about it. O'Connell was the chubby kid.
He was,
and then by the time he's an adult, he's the male lead, getting cast as the romantic interest.
Yeah.
So
he's
how it
Cush
feels.
and Jerry Maguire. It's Cush.
Want to see a dead body? Have you all ever seen Stand By Me, boys? Young boys back there?
Not the full movie, honestly.
I've seen it probably 5 times. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Taylor.
Good movie.
Yeah, great movie.
The classics.
All right.
You know where I first learned about it.
Family Guy or South Park?
Or Family Which one? It's got to be Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Yeah,
they do a Stand By Me. And then at the end, they say, like, real facts, something happened to one of the actors. Yeah, it was Family Guy.
Rivers here with maybe the worst worded tweet I've ever read in my entire life. Says, happy birthday to, parentheses, not that arguably, the coolest part of a pretty cool trio. And then it's a picture of us three. Again, for someone who claims to enjoy literature, that is just an awfully worded tweet. But beyond that, it's also factually inaccurate. I am the coolest part of the trio. I'm the youngest, okay? And everybody
Are you the youngest?
Everybody knows youth equals cool,
Yeah.
okay? So y'all are just an old, decrepit couple of gas bags just with your dusty knees just floating around and creaking all over the studio while I'm here, spry, like a little, a young little Tarzan flying through the trees just doing cool young guy stuff, right? Keeping it lit.
I thought you were trying to make me feel better about being 38. This is not going the way that I want it to go, T-Bob.
Well, I mean, look, the back problems. I mean, I'm just, I don't know. Dude.
I know y'all for real though. T-Bob has seen me at my worst. There's some
been
days
going
in
through
here.
some things lately.
Yeah, there's some days in here I just sit on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, in between breaks.
Or just lay down after the push-ups and just complain about the back pain. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
We're
fine.
gonna get it.
It's fine. We're going to fix it one
We're
day.
gonna fix it.
Or
Well,
we're just going to be hard-headed.
I was going to say, that's your problem, is that you just
know.
need to stop being so hard-headed and go seek out some actual help. It's okay, right? This is like Alex Milazzo, when his form was completely shattered, he had to seek out help.
He did.
Jay Johnson had to build that approach and that swing back from the ground up. We're going to get this right, man. So, look, like I said, though, going into the break, misery loves company. And it was a tough weekend for all SEC ranked teams that went on the road, which a lot of them did. Only Arkansas managed a series win, as Jake alluded to. They beat Mississippi State 3-0.
Yep.
Swept them. I think I read, dude, that in the Lamonis era, I think they're like 1-12 against Arkansas or something. So even though he's got the natty, it has not gone well when the Dogs have faced the Hogs there.
I know this isn't that conversation, but with them coming up this weekend for LSU, and we've talked about it on and off air, like that's a place in Mississippi State that has very high expectations.
Yes.
It is like that is their sport. That's what they've been really, really good at, and the dude and everything surrounding that. So, like LSU football wins a national championship, you go 500 2 years in a row, and they move on from Coach O. It is not crazy to think that they would move on from him, even though it was their first national championship, and everybody loves to give that stat. That doesn't change the expectations for a place like that.
No, and it shouldn't. Right? I mean, as you said, I think the Coach O analogy is perfect there, as it's exactly what they're going through, and I'll be interested to see if he gets that extra year. Remember, even like a couple of weeks ago when I was trying to pump up ribs about beating Ole Miss, she went out of her way to be like, well, I don't care because we still suck and that's unacceptable. So, look, it was a lot of fun beating Florida in the Swamp in 2020 and everything. One of my favorite games I've ever watched in my life. And
same.
Beating Ole Miss finished 5-5 or whatever. Like there were fun moments within them, but it did not change the eventual fate of what needed to happen.
And that was first year.
Yes, yeah, that was first year.
Of the breakdown. That wasn't year two. Year two, it's like, all right now.
But year two had those fun moments too. I mean, again, beating Florida at home while you rush for like 800,000 yards out of nowhere when you couldn't run the ball at all.
Here comes counter again in the same place. And then you're just too soft and you can't defend it.
Okay, so again, got a little distracted there, but Arkansas sweeps Mississippi State. Besides that, number 1 LSU goes to Auburn, drops 2 of 3. Number 3 South Carolina goes to Lexington, gets swept by Kentucky.
That's 5 of 6 for them.
Yeah. Bad. Again, the other series lost to Auburn. Congratulations, Auburn. Back-to-back top 5 series wins. Number 4, Florida goes to College Station. They drop 2 of 3 to Texas A&M. Number 5, Vanderbilt goes to Tuscaloosa, and they drop 2 of 3 to the Alabama team that you just swept. Also, did Alabama just hate Brad Bohannon? Because they have been hot ever since they fired him.
Yeah, they didn't see him smile often, but when he did, it bothered him.
It just freaked him out. You can't trust that guy.
I mean, imagine as a player how much that must motivate you if you find out your coach is betting against y'all.
Can you imagine?
Well,
that's insane.
And I'm guessing, again, I am just way, I'm way out of pocket in saying this. Like, I'm not reporting this, but if your head coach is the personality of somebody who's kind of engaging in some of that, he's probably pretty dumb, and he's probably has an overinflated sense of self, right? Like, it's such a narcissistic move that he pulled that I imagine that guy is not very fun to play for. And as a player, you probably were kind of happy to see him go. We'll see. We'll see. But that's my outside read on the situation. And then you have number 18, Tennessee, who's been on fire lately, going to Athens and losing 2 or 3 to Georgia. So, again, you're not in bad company. Literally every ranked team, save for Arkansas, went on the road and lost in the SEC this weekend. It's hard. It's hard to win. It's hard to win on the road. It's not just coach speak.
I'll be interested to talk with Jay this week coming up and just kind of where his thought process was maybe on Saturday and leaving that many runners stranded. But I would assume, just knowing him like we do, that Sunday probably bothered him more because he's all about being competitive, giving yourself an opportunity, and you never really did. Like, I'm trying to find some positives on Sunday, and you can't really find them. I mean, Auburn obviously –
No, there's none.
On the mound, they were spotting their pitches, and you looked at a sink in the lineup. You certainly – the way that you started that game, again, like, we can't emphasize it enough how bad that was. But – like, shout out, though, to some pitchers that actually came in and threw strikes, and Gavin Guidry and Riley Cooper. Like, they both only gave up 1 earned run. They gave up 3 apiece, but only 1 was earned apiece. And you know what they did? They came in and they competed in the strike zone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you do that, you'll be okay a lot of the time.
I'll go bat to bat with anybody if you're not walking people. And I know this week you didn't have, but that's fine. I'll still always going to rely on LSU's bat to the end of the day. But if you give away too many free passes, I don't care how good the bats are, you can't keep up. It's a great point, Jake. All right, let's go to break. When we get back, we'll close out hour 1 of OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota at BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota at BatonRouge.com, where, remember, your Toyota comes with Toyota Care, which is that excellent warranty coverage, even on Toyota certified used vehicles, okay? So just because they're used and you get a great price on them does not mean that you don't get that warranty coverage to help extend the life of that vehicle as much as possible. So, again, new, used, maybe you just need a rent for a vacation, maybe you need a rent because your car's shop, whatever the case is, it's all there for you at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. The website, allstartoyota.batonrouge.com, is a great place to start your journey. You can actually buy right there on the site if you want. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
Yeah, so they have options over at All-Star. No matter what your needs are, no matter what the family size is, they're going to have options for you. Like, so for us, like, we've been in the Highlander. Well, as soon as baby number 5 comes here in a couple of weeks, we're going to have to go to the Sequoia. But they have those options, is my point. They got sedans, they got trucks, they got vans. They have everything for every lifestyle. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Get 3.99% financing at Corval Toyota in Opelousas on select 2023 models. We also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Happy Town, USA.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Turn my music high, 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 yeah.
You don't know what you're doing.
Sure I do. I'm from the streets where the hood can swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you could run the slalom. And cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. With personalities clashing, chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like it's Wall Street.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. reliefwindows.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. We're recapping Tigers, the LSU Auburn baseball series from the Plains. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching ships rolling in, then I'll watch them roll away again. I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Edward O., the Nuts Bus driver, says Christian Little shouldn't start a game again. Where did? Oh man, I had like a couple of comments lined up in the chat.
Did Gavin Guidry does he deserve to get a shot on the weekend to start a game?
I mean, does it feel a little late? I don't know. I mean, I it's tough because and I think Jay would say this if we asked him about it, because I did ask him about it a couple weeks ago, right? And Little had a solid start a week ago. But he seems to feel that more often than not, Christian Little has done what at least like you need to do as a Sunday starter. Maybe the nature of this last one is the kind of straw that breaks the camel's back and makes them try something new. And certainly, Jay, there's very terse quote. I couldn't find the press conference. Couldn't find video of the press conference for some reason over this weekend. But there's a very terse comment to end Leah Van's piece in The Advocate, where basically he was like, beside Paul Skeens, everybody's available Tuesday, and we got a lot of work to do. Okay, so I could see them trying.
Sign me up for that.
Something else on Sunday.
So you look at the situation. It's like, okay, well, Thatcher Hurd, to your point, he has been much better.
Yeah.
But what got him in trouble? It was the walks. Okay, so maybe you still like him better in the situation that he's currently in. Okay, well, get somebody in there that maybe only throws strikes, like Sam Dutton. Okay, well, he's throwing strikes, but the problem with those strikes are they're getting hit, and they're getting hit really hard and really far. Okay, so, well, what do you do? Well, okay, Gavin Guidry's kind of giving you a little bit of both. I think he's earned the right to at least get the opportunity.
I'm down
to go out there. And look, Sunday's been like Christian Little's been like a 3-inning guy to start the games. Okay, well, that's what Guidry can be. He can give you 3 innings. And Coleman, might continue to, extend himself just a little bit there coming off the injury. But you're trying to find a way to get something better on Sunday. Why not give that the opportunity? Because right now, like, you can't continue on with the free passes.
No, you cannot. We'll see. Again, it's so I guess my problem with it, though, Jake, is that it's not even that they've been consistently awful, right? I think statistically they're more of just like kind of middle of the pack, but they've been so consistently inconsistent that you just never know what you're going to get. And that makes it terrifying as a fan, right? Because you feel like, okay, what happens if one of the bad days crops up on a big day, on elimination day, when you have to have it? Well, then guess what? Your season ends and you don't accomplish the goals that you want to. So We'll wait and see. Champ saying I take 65 mile per hour strikes that get a hit by a mile before I take 90 mile per hour balls. I think we all. I think that's kind of a common theme this morning. I think everyone would kind of agree with that. Zaddy Jack Cormery signs on to say, I'm logging in with just wish Jake a happy birthday. Heck yeah, it's Jake Hester's birthday today. Everybody wish him a happy B-Day. Daniel Blunt says, T-Bob, you were absolutely right on the Dungeons & Dragons movie take. That was an epic and actually extremely entertaining flick. And that's somebody who's not a D&D fan. Anybody who's taken me up on it seems to have enjoyed it thus far.
I will eventually. Now that it's on digital.
Yeah, watch it with the boys.
Yeah.
Watch it with the fellas.
I cannot get them. Like I've tried to hey, let's rent Ant-Man. Let's do something. They're like, that's mid. I've heard bad things. I'm like, no, I don't want you to have that mindset. Let's just come in here and let's just watch a movie. I don't even care if it's bad.
Yeah, well then
just watch a movie together as a family.
I mean, look, I actually kind of like what they're doing there. I think there is value reviews, but show them the D&D ratings. We're talking 90 plus.
No, we can't. They just we ain't gotten there yet.
90 plus, bro.
Yeah, they've turned me down like the last 3 times.
Well, how about this? 90 plus. You can't say that's bad. What's your excuse now, punks?
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look.
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Musso. Join me Monday through Friday for your daily update on LSU baseball with Musso at the Box, presented by New Orleans Flooring.
Good morning, everybody. It is a.m. on Monday, May 8th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 86. Coming up on OTB, presented by All-Star Toyota, we have a new edition of Weekend Winners up next, and Hold the Mayo, Devin Snow, joins the show at 9:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTP, T-Bob, Jake, Barr, Taylor hanging out with you right now. It's hour number 2. For watching online, there's a weird quick cutoff there. YouTube.com/1045 ESPN. Get in the chat. Come hang out. Hit the like button if you're watching online. And right now, let's dive into a little Weekend Winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that?
Win the whole thing.
All right, my first weekend winner. I got a lot of Kentucky Derby winners here. Actually, Kentucky Derby weekend winner is fantastic. The pageantry, everything beautiful as it is. Always 150,000 live on hand to watch it. And this time they watched an incredible stretch run by Mage, Shreveport's finest. It came rolling up along the outside of just a blistering sprint to get the win. Look, a weekend winner to the entire Mage team. Weekend winner of the jockey, Javier Castellano, who's a Hall of Fame jockey for Venezuela. Jake, he was 0 for 15 in Kentucky Derbies. Been at it for 15 years. Hall of Fame guy, beloved. You saw other jockeys coming up and celebrating with him, congratulating him after the win. But a guy who apparently is a bit of a jockey legend, had never found his way to the winner's circle and at the Kentucky Derby, and he does so in his 16th try. Weekend winner, Javier Castellano.
The excitement of something like that down the stretch, even if you don't watch the sport, every single race, obviously, there's not many things in sports, T, that can get that kind of excitement when you don't really have an investment in the sport.
It's because it's easy to understand, right? Just a bunch of beautiful, badass horses running incredibly fast, and the guy who crossed the line first wins. So it's you don't have to have a lot. You don't have. It's not like if I try to sit down and watch cricket, I have no idea what is going on. If I sit down and watch rugby, I have the most rudimentary understanding of what's going on.
Right.
But no,
I guess
horse racing,
that's
go.
probably the easiest, most simple. You're right. We don't have to really understand it. There's sports out there that you can maybe enjoy, like rugby, like you said, but I don't really know what's going on.
No.
This one, which horse runs the fastest?
Straight up. And again, you can watch Saturday's race, and Mage is nowhere to be found throughout the entirety of the race in terms of on the leaderboard. and then you see him on the outside just flying up the edge, and that's impressive no matter what.
I agree. All right, my first weekend winner, Allie Kilponen, LSU softball. It was her last regular season home game inside of Tiger Park. She got honored before the game, and she goes out there and pitches a gem. 7 innings, only gives up 3 hits, 1 run, strikes out 7. They get a big victory. They needed it, right? You lose game 1, but you come back and you sweep the doubleheader after you have some rain issues coming up on Saturday, and it was a great moment for her. She's been at LSU for a very, very long time, and to have that moment here at the last start of her career in the regular season, they're going to host postseason baseball. I'd be shocked if they didn't, obviously, but to have that moment in a year in which you've had more pitchers for LSU, right? You haven't been the only one. They've kind of used 4 different arms, and so like your roles kind of changed a little bit. But in your last game, you go out there and you pitch an absolute gem. Allie Kilponen, weekend winner.
Yeah, hell of a senior day as honoring the senior, the 5th-year senior Kilponen. You had Georgia Clark in there. She goes off in game 2 to help kind of spur that 9-2 win and take the series off of Georgia. And remember, making what Jake's talking about all the more impressive, this was the best offense in the SEC that the Georgia Bulldogs are bringing to bear. But Allie Kilponen, seen it all, she can do it all, and she got it done once again. They take the series. They're now the 6th seed in the SEC tournament. They'll be taking on Ole Miss Wednesday at 10 a.m. It was the 11th seed to start that tournament. All right, Mara, what you got?
Love to see it. That is awesome. Speaking of awesome, James Harden yesterday, he was awesome. Sixers beat the Celtics in overtime. They tie that series up 2-2. And James Harden has been turning back the clock, at least at some points in this series. Not very good game 2 and game 3, but game 1 he was incredible. And yesterday he had 42 points, 16 of 23 shooting, and only 1 turnover. And he also had 8 rebounds, 9 assists, impacted the game in every way. And he was really clutch, too. He tied the game at the end of regulation, and then he had the go-ahead 3 in overtime. Really good pass by Joel Embiid on that play, too. So, world-class performance from James Harden. He's my first weekend winner.
Yeah, man. NBA playoffs heating up right now, bro. Got a lot of good series going down. Taylor, what you got?
I was going to go James Harden, but I'll go another NBA player. I'm going to go Devin Booker. He helped the Suns tie the series. They showed a stat last night, has not scored less than 26 points in any game this playoffs. He's on an absolute tear. So Devin Booker.
Yeah, boys, what happened? I thought on like Friday, y'all were like, I think Denver's gonna win it. The series is over.
It's still 2-2, and they still have home field advantage, but okay.
Look at that. I mean, well, okay. Well, timeout. Y'all were literally calling the series done and done.
Yeah.
That Denver's finally healthy. That Phoenix didn't have a chance, and it's tied 2-2.
Yeah,
exactly.
Credit those guys. Still think Denver will win the series, but Phoenix took advantage of home court. Let's see how they fare back in the elevation.
Yeah, series can't start until someone wins away from home.
Literally can't.
I'll go back to the Kentucky Derby real quick. Couple more weekend winners here. First off, the Commonwealth app and all the co-owners of the Horse Mage on the Commonwealth app. I thought this idea was pretty dumb when I first heard it. I still think it's probably pretty dumb, but maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe it's being successful. But you remember a couple years ago when it came out, maybe Arian Foster was the first to do it, like 7 or 8, maybe even like closer to 10 years ago, Jake, where he was on something where you could basically buy shares of an athlete, right? And you would get a cut of their overall earnings. Well, apparently that's still going on. And 25% of the Horse Mage was owned by people through this Commonwealth app. The shares are set at $50 a piece. And if you are someone who invested at least $2,500, so if you bought as many shares to get to $2,500, you got some pretty cool stuff. You got to go to the morning workout. You got paddock privileges. You got winner's circle access. You got an opportunity to meet the horse and the jockey. And most importantly, you will now get a portion, a representative portion of what you own from the net earnings. This includes race purses, sales, future breeding. I mean, for this race alone, $1.86 million earned for Mage. And now his nuts have gotten just infinitely more valuable. So if you're someone who did this weird thing on Commonwealth, man, congrats to you, bro. Very fun and good investment. And then, Jake, you're like this. Shout out 3-1 Great as the one of the main ownership stakes in Mage is this guy Patrick Frieda, who is a Shreveport native, meaning as Bunky Perkins points out on Twitter, Shreveport now has a Kentucky Derby winner.
That's right. That's it.
3-1 great.
That's it. No doubt. No doubt about it. Just greatness. Bunky keeps up with the 318 even more than I do, which is hard to believe. He does.
He's fighting the good fight, dude.
He is.
What you got?
All right, weekend winner goes to Tom Wagner. Okay, you probably don't know who that is. I didn't before this story. All right, so Birmingham is a team that plays in the championship, the second tier of English soccer. Well, you also, if you're a Peaky Blinders fan, that is the city that the show takes place.
Okay.
So Birmingham have announced that an American investor named Tom Wagner has acquired a stake of the club under the name Shelby Companies Limited, which is the name in the show that they use. So to me, if you're a Peaky Blinders fan, how can this not be a weekend winner? The show probably is the reason why you bought into the club. It's a club that's been up in the Premier League before, and they could again, but I love it. I love when like my favorite TV shows and one of my favorite sports kind of intertwine. It doesn't happen very often, and that's a cool story.
When did soccer teams just become the cool new toy for rich people to play
I don't
with?
know, but I want one.
That is
I want one.
hilarious,
I don't
dude.
have the liquid that some of these guys do. Just, hey, here's a couple of multiple millions of dollars to buy into this soccer club. But, I've always wanted one. It'd be nice to have one if you want to, put 5 on it with me.
I like, I do like when you can just get rich enough to be like me making like Middle Earth Limited or something, right? Just, I'm going to make a fake company based on a TV show. Like, he got real into Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. Oh, look,
I'm going to straight
fantastic.
up buy the Birmingham Soccer Club because of how much I like Cillian Murphy and
That's
Peaky
been
Blinders.
around. I mean, this club's been around for over 100 years, too.
Boys, you ready back there?
Yeah, my last weekend winner is USC because Bronny James committed to the Trojans basketball team over the weekend. And he's going to get a lot of hype, obviously. Had okay numbers as a senior, 13.8 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2.7 rebounds per game. According to 24/7 Sports, he's the number 21 overall recruit in the class of 2023, number 5 overall combo guard in the class. Very curious to see how he does. Very curious to see how long he stays in college. But you got to think it's a big win for USC basketball.
It definitely is from just obviously, you're going to have LeBron in the stand and stuff, right? And the James family continues to take over Hollywood.
Close to home, too. Close to Lakers.
I feel like there's always a lot of I feel like with Bronny, okay, you mentioned 21st overall recruit in this class. And I feel like a lot of people are like, he's not that good. That's insane. I mean, it is insane to be a top 25 high school basketball player in the country. And the fact that LeBron James is his dad and he has to live up to and live under the shadow of this just colossus of a man, this titan, this literal god, like, give that kid some credit for working on his craft to the point where he is a top 25 recruit in the nation for basketball. That is so incredibly tough to do. Shout out Bronny James.
Agreed.
Awesome,
it reminds you of LeBron a little bit, but harder, right? Because now there's actual a physical precedent set for what people expect him to do, and he's going to continue to deal with that.
So I get what you're saying. It reminds you of LeBron because he had so much heaped on his shoulders and he lived up to it, right? But even LeBron is such a physical outlier. I mean, he is a unicorn. Bronny is something much more normal and achievable, and yet has still. And I'm not saying that he obviously has good genetics, right? I'm not saying that there's no innate talent. There obviously is, but he's not like LeBron where he's going to be like 6'9", 280 with an 8-pack and is like faster than anybody in the NBA.
Exactly. And for what it's worth, I haven't seen too much of Bronny James, but I do know that his game is a lot different than LeBron's. He's more of an off-ball player, really good shooter, much better shooter than LeBron was at that stage in his life.
Makes
So
sense.
I'm interested to see, how he does and
Also,
how long he's there.
If you grow up playing basketball nowadays, you just have to shoot no matter what you play.
Yes.
Constantly. What you got, Ty?
Yeah, one more for me. Weekend winner goes out to Chris Kleiman, head coach of Kansas State. They're finalizing a new contract, $44 million through the next 8 years. He'll make an average of $5.5 million per year.
Damn. Work out, CK. Big 12 championships pay nice, man. Well done.
Coming from a lower division, too, like you have to know that is very fulfilling for him.
Hell yeah.
To be able to get a payday like that.
But can he do it without Deuce? We'll see. Weekend winners, fans of monarchy. It feels pretty weird to me, pretty out of place in modern day society. But we had a straight coronation this weekend, and like people were dressing up for it and like watching it on TV and stuff. And I'm not, look, you know me, I love medieval stuff. I love fantasy stuff. And so there's an element of me that is really just intrigued by this pageantry and everything, even if I don't necessarily care for it too much myself. But look at that crown though. Look at that. Really look at that thing, dude. And then think about having that placed on your head. Like as an actual human being, like a normal human being,
right.
What does it feel like in 2023 to be crowned the King of England and have that thing put on your head? Like what a weird experience. I wish I was more eloquent and could better explain, like, I'm sure others could, just how odd that has to be, but it just, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going through your head. Do you just feel above? Do you feel godlike? Like a pharaoh back in the day where there's no way that you had any normal human perspective? I don't know.
I'm with you because I'm the same way. Like, I know what it is and I know who it is and I know how it's gotten to this point, but, like, what does it actually mean?
You know what I mean? I don't know on that. I'm sure fans of the royal family could give you a better answer. I'm not sure. I know in theory they're
fans of the royal family, hit us up. Let us know because I'm sure you're out there.
I feel like it's like
I know what it's meant in history.
The royal family,
obviously, I know the history of it. I know what it's meant, but like I'm saying, in the year 2023,
yeah,
what does it mean now?
I wonder how you obviously do wield power, right? Like, don't get it twisted. You're not just completely feckless up there. But it is a democratic government, or, as democratic as things can be now. I know the royal family tries to be very philanthropic because they have tons of money and don't actually work really. I don't. Even though, again, it's a weird thing to say because if you're a member of the royal family, just living is work. Because every single thing you do is so hyper-analyzed that you have to really keep it tight. I don't know, Jake. I think, you know what it is, dude? I think it's just kind of toxic pride. Like, England loves being able to say that they've had an uninterrupted monarchy, I think, since like 1100 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so they're just like flexing on everybody, like, we still out ya. Okay. America, how old are you? 300. That's cute. Hell out of here. Are we even 300 yet? No. Shoot.
New Orleans is. I know they had their 305th birthday over the weekend.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I remember.
They can say that, but also like there was a war and there was a winner and there was a loser.
Oh, you're talking about England versus U.S.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice, boys. Twice we broke you. Upon our spears, upon our bayonets. Shout out Royal Family, I guess, and everybody who looked like a lot of people enjoyed an excuse to get dressed up and drink early in the morning, which is always fun. All right, when we get back, last weekend winner, the LSU women's basketball team. But we'll save it because I want to talk about it a bit next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Call in Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down the
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Charles Henniger for the Monday edition of Game Time. We're at Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill in Denham Springs, recapping all the weekend Kentucky Derby, LSU baseball, and NBA playoffs. It's right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
If you're looking for trouble, you came to the right place. If you're looking for trouble, just look right in my face. I was born standing up and talking back. My daddy was a green-eyed mountain jack because I'm evil. My middle name is Mary. Yeah. Well, I'm evil.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
We're going to need this video, boys. I'm going to put it in the 8:30 slot. It is, check all the audio to make sure the cursing isn't too extreme. But it is Glasgow Celtic fans ahead of the coronation chanting, stick the coronation up your ass. Which is, look, who doesn't love, again, the same reason why I find the coronation to be vaguely interesting, because it feels so old and medieval and out of place in our modern society. I don't know much about Celtic or the history between Scotland and England beyond the fact that they kind of hate each other, but I think it's fantastic that they're basically still chanting death to the king. Like, they don't really want to kill the king, but, like, they still kind of, it's yeah, I don't know. There is something wonderfully old school about that as well.
That's a Scottish team right there. So, obviously, Scotland, part of Great Britain, part of the United Kingdom.
Well,
that's not like the Irish League, where obviously Ireland's not a part of it. Northern Ireland is a part of the United Kingdom, but that's the Scottish League. So, it's
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. Again, I don't know English history like terribly well. I do know that basically, I guess they've just kind of oppressed or ruled Scotland varying points throughout their lives. I remember going to Scotland. Whatever, I don't know. It was just cool. I like seeing it. Do y'all have it? We're ready with audio. Oh, okay, cool. Go ahead and play it. Oh my God, that was my first time actually hearing it. That's fantastic. What a fun little ditty too. You can do it. What is that actual chant right there? And then
be coming around the mountain when you come.
Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, you can put anything on that. Hell yeah.
I remember Landon Donovan doing "I'm not going to Brazil" when they left him off of the off the team,
and he would have been in there, Wondolowski, when he just crapped the bed.
Never forget Wondolowski Sky in that one, right?
That would have been Donovan.
I know.
He was a late sub.
Criminal.
Jurgen Klinsmann wanted to prove a point.
He did.
I don't know what the point was, but he wanted to prove it.
Yeah, he proved it all right.
Oh, I forgot one other weekend winner. Shout out Coach O. Debuting a new fiance on social media. Beautiful couple. I mean, tell me Coach Ed Ogeron just doesn't continue to live his best life. Go through all the pictures if you can, Taylor. I mean, look at the tux. Beautiful woman on his arm. He is living that $17 million buyout high life, dude. Like
let's don't bury the lead. Coach O, nice job on the ring there.
Yeah, look, again,
let's don't bury that lead.
It's tough because
it looks like the thing that sunk the Titanic.
I mean, ideally in life, you don't want anybody to actually know your kind of finances, right? And so it's got to be a bit of a weird existence when everybody does know, right? and everybody knows.
That's true.
So she, I'm going to say that she kind of knew what to expect there. But, I mean, they just looked absolutely beautiful. I don't know what fancy event they were at, but it looked very fancy.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Coach O and his new fiance.
Yep.
So the other big weekend winner that we kind of left off, we only touched on it at the end there, is LSU women's basketball. As they continue to build the Death Star, the defending national champs. And we're seeing a couple of things here. We're seeing the momentum that can be gained by a national championship, especially when in the hands of a coach as dominant, adept, expert as Coach Kim Mulkey. I think we're also seeing maybe even, Jake, just how attractive LSU is versus maybe even trying to capitalize off of like a championship at Baylor. Now, ultimately, only time will tell, but we can get to all that. But in case you missed it, All-American forward Anissa Morrow, transferring from DePaul, commits to the LSU Tigers. This is massive news in the women's basketball space. And what's so interesting to me, Jake, is that in the age of NIL, we have talked about how LSU on the women's athletic side is rocketing ahead, right? I mean, 4 of the top 8, Livy Dunn, Flage, Angel Reese, Haley Van Lith now. Like, LSU is the place to be if you're a female athlete and you want to make money. But also, Jake, Coach Mulkey is the coach to play for if you want to have these big profiles, if you want to be this big personality. Because she is not a coach who is insecure where she's going to adopt that old school feeling of, okay, I have to break you. I have to bring you in line. No. Her philosophy, and we talked to her throughout the year, right? So this is her talking about this, but she wants people to lean into their personality. And if that's a humble, get the play, hand the ball, that's fine. But if that's a celebrating person, if it's an angry personality, a happy, smiling, like you're a star on YouTube, like Flage, like she doesn't care. Okay. Now, at the end of the day, she somehow threads the needle, Jake, of like getting people to buy into their personality and potential, but also still they know, look, if you don't perform, you ain't going to play, right?
Right.
But like, it's just, I just keep thinking about how it's just a bit of a perfect storm of good for LSU where advertisers are interested here. Mm-hmm. You have the absolute right woman at the head in charge here. And so you're amassing not just these great basketball players, but these superstar personalities as well.
Yeah, and that's perfectly said because, hey, you can do all of that. You can do everything that you're just talking about if you show up on the court.
Yes.
If you do what you're supposed to do. If you show up to practice. If you work hard in practice. If you perform in the games, which I love that coaching style right? I'm not going to take your personality away from you. I think your personality is the reason why you are the player that you are. But if your personality gets in the way of your play, then we'll have a conversation. But if it doesn't, we're going to allow you to be you. And I love that because it's a little bit of both. It's like a mixture of kind of two different coaching styles there. And that's what Coach Mulkey is going, and she comes on every Tuesday during the season, and she talks about things like that. She doesn't try to hide it either. I mean, she's as open of a book as you'll find in coaching. And right now, LSU is the hottest ticket in town. This is every athlete. This isn't just men's. This isn't just women's. This is every athlete right now, and high school and college players combined, top 100 in NIL valuation. LSU women's sports have the number 2, the number 10, number 37, and number 89 overall. Any sport, any athlete, high school and college combined. Like, that's big time. That is an investment in women's athletics.
Repeat that one more time.
So, like any sport, all high school and college players, men's and women's sports, NIL valuation.
Yeah.
LSU has number 2, Livy Dunn. Angel Reese is coming in at number 10. Van Lith, who just signed, comes in at number 89. And then I think it was 37. Let me double check. Yeah, Flau'jae comes in at number 37.
Damn.
That's overall. So you have 2 players for LSU women's athletics that are ahead of the LSU starting quarterback.
Who's number
Jane
1?
Daniels comes in at number 26.
Who's number 1 overall there?
Bronny.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Bronny James is number 1, and then Livy Dunn is number 2. But she's ahead of Caleb Williams. She's ahead of Arch Manning, Travis Hunter, Drake May, Bo Nix.
Damn, Drake May's up there. Bo Nix is up there like that?
Bo Nix number 8.
Okay,
1.5 milli.
Say, Bo, well, I'll be damned, Dan. Things done worked out. Bruh, Bo Nix. Flexing the haters. Are you kidding me? We all used to call him Bo Picks.
Yeah.
We thought he sucked.
Good Bo, bad Bo?
Yeah. And what? And then he goes and accounts for 40-plus touchdowns in Oregon this season, and now he's worth 1.5. Let's go, dude. That's you see now why he came back to college, right?
Yeah.
And why old boy had to go to UCLA.
Yes.
He's making more money now than I don't know about that. I don't know if that's actually factual, but the money's at least close.
Yes.
So if he's matching that valuation, that is close to what he could have made in the NFL.
Right. So we that's who Livy Dunn is the head of. Angel Reese coming in at number 10. She's ahead of Marvin Harrison Jr. She's ahead of Michael Penix Jr., Jordan Travis, LeBron's other son, Bryce James, his other son, who's still in high school as well. Sam Hartman, Blake Corum.
I'm surprised Penix Jr.'s up there like that. I mean, it makes me very happy. We all know I'm all about the Penix power this year. Okay, we are riding the Penix pump all the way to the top. Huskies on top. Ooh, ooh. But still a little just that. But then maybe it makes sense because in Washington you have a kind of traditional fan base that has been yearning for something you get excited about, and he's kind of the the figurehead of this revitalization
for his last year.
Yeah, again, Mm-hmm.
Michael Penix comes out in this last draft class. It's very interesting where he lands.
Yeah, like he must really like winning because he probably would have been number 1. I mean, or whatever.
He would have been. I think he would have been at worst 3.
Which again, I guess, which is what he projects to next year, right? I mean, we'll see.
He had to prove that he can be healthy for 2 years in a row.
That's true.
That also kind of plays into his decision to come back. But yeah, 1.3 mil. 1.3 mil for Michael Penix Jr.
Also, weekend winner, shout out Angel Reese. She is joining Livy Dunn in the SI swimsuit edition. So LSU stays hot in that regard. That's okay. I meant like making money. How about this? Speaking of hot, how about in an effort for representation, for equality? How about this, Sports Illustrated? Dual photo shoot, Will Campbell, Emory Jones. Okay, it's time. Get the big boys out there. Put them in Speedos, side by side, the 2 freshman phenoms starting tackles. Put that in the swimsuit edition, okay? That's what I want. That's what I want to see. I will only be buying the magazine if, and I haven't bought a swimsuit issue in years, but I will buy it again if you put Will Campbell and Emory Jones there. If not, I'm not going to.
You've bought a swimsuit issue?
Bruh, as a kid, are you kidding me? It might as well have been the equivalent. I mean, that was until you found the duffel bag of nudie mags in the woods. Like, that was goated. That was
I can see
the best.
Just a husky T-Bob, socks pulled up to his knee, bowl haircut,
Hell yeah, dude.
having like
Accurate.
$7.39, like all crumbled up, and you put it on the counter.
Shorts below the knee, socks above the knee.
And the look on the person's face, which at the time you probably didn't even notice. They're like, this little.
No,
husky son
you
of a gun
noticed.
here.
You know, I mean, it was always uncomfortable buying it. It's like when I turned 18, buying like a Playboy at the airport or something, which I quickly realized is also really weird and aggressive. Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna look at it on the plane? You can't just be looking at a Playboy on the plane. Like, what are we talking about here? It's gonna make everybody around you a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the swimsuit issue and the Victoria's Secret catalogs that my mom and sister used to get were goated for sure. All right, when we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to go sign up for the Advanced Eye Care Sports Vision Training Camp coming up in July. It is limited availability, so act now. Remember, if you go to Advanced Eye Center on Facebook, you fill out the form, you sign up for the camp. It's for grades 3 through 6, 7 through 12. You get $50 off if you sign up in May. So act now. You probably don't even appreciate what's really going on here, right? When you play sports, you know what it takes to hit a ball, to catch a ball, just throw a ball. It's 90% vision-based, okay? And Dr. Zhang's been doing sports vision therapy for 40 years now, holds the highest accreditation, best in the state, okay? So the bottom line is you want to give your kids the best possible chance to succeed. You want to go to the Advanced Eye Center Sports Vision Training Camp. Go sign up today.
Look, we've been telling you, you work on hitting the baseball, you work on catching the football, you work on hitting the tennis ball, you work on hitting the golf ball. Why not work on your vision? Right? That is one of the biggest things that you do in every sport that I just laid out. Go to the website, advancedeyecenter.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has $15,000 off plus 0.9% APR for 60 months on all new 22 Ford F-150 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Turn my music high, 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 yeah. You don't know what you're doing. Sure I do. I'm from the streets where the hood can swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you could run the slalom. And cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. Where personalities clash and chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like this Wall Street.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Join us for the Monday edition of Hanny Time. It's a big weekend in Southeastern Conference baseball. As we come down the stretch, we take a look back at LSU's series against Auburn. Hanny Time, noon weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Well, you know, Johnny always wore black, and he wore black because he identified with the poor and the down.
You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Go tell that long-tongued liar, go and tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him that God's gonna cut him down.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Emil saying Bo got that Nike money. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Nobody has a better donor than Oregon.
Hey, I'm good for them though, man. A guy like Bo Nix, I don't know what his NFL future looks like. I don't think he's an NFL quarterback. As far as his game translating and being a starter and making a lot of money, go get your money.
You know who he can be? Jordan Ta'amu, your NFL or your XFL MVP.
Sure.
What a funny place for Ta'amu to exist where he's like very good at football, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's very good at quarterback. He's just, I imagine he should still be able to be a backup if he wanted, right? But I guess not. I guess that's how
he's
hard
had
it
his
is.
opportunities.
I know, man. It's just so crazy. It's so weird to think about being like that close to being good enough, but just not quite good enough. Like clearly the best of the rest, but not good enough to get in the best.
Yeah.
Right on the door. But still, shout out Jordan Ta'amu. I always liked him as a player.
Yeah. The older I get, like the more I think I realize like it's hard.
Yeah.
To be an NFL player. Like it's. Like if you're able to sit there long enough and get vested and have a career, like it's pretty hard. Like some really good football players don't really ever get look at Aaron Murray. Aaron's a good football player.
Yeah.
He's a really good football player.
Yeah.
Set like every SEC record and never really had like a real opportunity to go out there and be the starter because it's about situation and where you get drafted and opportunities and God blessed, Chase Daniel kept following him everywhere he went.
Dude.
But you know what I mean? Like
he had Nick Foles and Chase Daniel that he had to compete with for backup spots.
Like the two ultimate backups.
That's what I'm saying. That literal Super Bowl winning backup. And then Chase Daniel, who is the actual GOAT backup.
Yes.
Up there with like Whitehurst and some of the other legends of the game. And exactly. And Aaron, if he makes any other NFL team, there's a pretty good shot that he ends up sticking around for longer.
Yeah, I had a conversation like that with E.J. Manuel at the draft. He's like, you know, he was in Kansas City, I think in like 2019, and had like a small injury.
Was still playing in 2019.
Yeah, and he had like a small injury, and he was going to be the backup to Mahomes. He had this injury, and then Henne comes in, and like the rest is history. Henne ends up being the backup there for a while.
Has a heroic moment on the way out this year.
Yeah, and EJ was, he's like, I wonder if like,
damn, that could have been.
If I don't have that injury, am I still playing? Because he kind of like he decided he didn't want to play anymore. He had a contract and the opportunity, but he's like, but I'm thinking now, like if I would have stayed here in Kansas City, could I have been Chad Henne / Chase Daniel and been that guy?
I don't know what chat was talking about, but Champ says when I was 28, I dated a 19-year-old for 6 months. It was the most confusing time of my life. Randall follows it up when I was 23. I dated a 41-year-old and it was sweet. I mean, that's probably fair, right? I feel like I feel like from an enjoyment standpoint, like of the overall relationship, dating older probably better than dating way older probably better than dating way younger. I don't know how I would relate or talk to anyone who is 18 years old at this point.
Under 28
would
be would be tough.
Well, yeah, it's 10 years from now, Bo.
Yeah, I know. That's a whole decade. Like, you just think about how much things can change and how different a generation can be. Like, even if it's like 6 years.
Yeah.
Like, even like,
No, true,
what are you, 34?
Yeah, everybody feels. I mean, think about how you felt. Yes, when I was 28, I didn't have any kids. Like 6 years has been a massive, completely life-changing.
I'm just saying, like, you and I are 4 years apart, and we're like on the fringe of having like a lot of the same things that we were into.
Yep.
But there's a lot that we missed out on because I'm older than you, right?
True.
It's like, there's a 2-year span. Like, okay, yeah, you have everything in common, but if you start going like past that, it's like like Mario is a decade younger than me. Like, there's a lot of things that I talk about he doesn't know. There's things he talks about I have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's just that sounds awful. That sounds terrible.
I know. It's
shout out to my guy CD and people like that. Shout out to those kind of guys.
I guess the secret is from hanging out with CD, it's just FaceTime. Just FaceTime everyone.
Yes.
Do y'all FaceTime each other all the time, Mario?
I
feel like that's something that a lot of younger
they
people
used
do.
Because CD would just FaceTime me at any time.
I do that a lot, but honestly, it's probably because my girlfriend is in New Orleans and I'm in Baton Rouge. If we're in the same town, there would probably be significantly less FaceTime.
Well, but I feel like it's not just significant other, though. I feel like when I see, and I'm talking like college kids, maybe right out of college, like, I feel like I think, or even actually, and not even that, because even my little brother, who's like your age, like, I just feel like there's, like him and his boys just FaceTime each other. Like, it's just, instead of calling, that there's just a lot of FaceTiming going down, which I always feel uncomfortable. I'm like, what's the angle here?
I'm so going to FaceTime T-Bob now.
I'm the same way. My face
looks... me to answer.
That's true. But it comes on your computer.
Yeah, no.
So if you're working on your computer.
That's a quick ignore.
Ooh,
just right
if
there.
you ignore me. I mean, at least give me the common courtesy.
If you FaceTime me, I would answer.
Okay.
And then I'd be like, what's this about? And you're like, I don't know, I just want to see if you pick up. I'm like, okay, bye.
How many people, though, like, do you feel confident if you FaceTime, they would answer?
Me? So
outside of your wife.
Okay, so I was going to say it's maybe a high number because I'm not in the habit of FaceTiming, right? So in the same way that Katie called you earlier, and you're like, oh, this is a weird time. This doesn't normally happen.
Yeah.
So like because it's out of the norm,
Right.
I think people would pick up.
That's true.
Because I'm not normally a FaceTimer. But I don't know. But people don't answer. Every time people don't answer my calls and I start to get mad, I'm like, wait a second. You can't get mad. Glass houses, this is just karma. You set the tone, it rebounds back. Just be patient, and you'll get a call back eventually.
But the thing that's weird about you, T-Bob, you don't answer messages. But I have to say, every time I've ever called you, you've answered.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the only way I'm not answering a call is if it's if I literally like don't have my phone on.
Yeah.
Because if you're calling, then it's probably something important. If you're texting, just like probably just general talk or whatever. All right, when we get back, let's close out hour number 2 of OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front to back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front to back boat service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you.
Pop, pop.
What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
All right, let's say ah.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. We're recapping Tigers, the LSU Auburn baseball series from the Plains. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Tell me you've been tortured. Tell me you've been betrayed. All I've done to you. Even if it doesn't matter what's true. Tell me that am I know to you.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
You can accuse Jake of many things, but being unemotional is not one of them. Just look at his musical taste.
Yeah, thank you.
This guy's got a beating heart inside that hard-headed Joey Hester crafted exterior. Okay, there's a lot of feeling under there. Just because he could get 4th and 1 and get you touchdowns and has 17,000 concussions and can bang through the hole does not mean that he doesn't feel at the end of the day.
Yeah. Thank you, T-Bob. I appreciate that.
I mean that.
You know I love my music.
I know.
Jacob Banks, shout out from Liverpool. Hopefully he's a Toffee and not a Liverpool fan, but we don't know that. But I just know he's from Liverpool.
That's a Liverpoolian there? Huh.
Yeah.
It's always funny how people with accents sing. Sometimes you sing without
it. Blows my mind.
I know.
It blows my mind.
It's very
I would have bet everything that I owned that
American.
Green Day was actually from somewhere in Britain.
Yeah, they do. They
They're
do have
from
like a bit of a I never really thought about that. Green Day does have like a UK sound.
Then you have somebody like that's from Liverpool, and they sound like they're from somewhere down south singing in a blues club.
Hey, look at 8:45 and get me the video of Matt Ishbia, the new Suns owner, being pushed by Nikola Jokic, as we'll play a little flop or not type of game here. It seems like there's some chatter in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat right now about what the Saints record is going to be this year. MDK say 9-8 for them Saints with a home playoff game. Could you get a home playoff game at 9-8?
If you win the division.
Yeah, easy.
So it's not just record-based?
No.
Okay.
The Seahawks had a losing record and hosted the Saints.
T-Bob, we hosted the 12-4 Colts when we were 8-8 one year in San Diego.
I know. I'm having a little brain fart.
And we beat them. Walk off, overtime, 30 ISO, Darren Sproles.
Oof. Ooh, I've never seen that video. You had a beast block on that, right? Is that the video we're talking about? Yeah. And then MDK said maybe 10-7. We'll see. I got to get my. I'm just unsure about the Panthers this year. In the NBA, though, the Phoenix Suns came roaring back over the weekend. They were down 2-0 to the Nuggets to start this series. They have now won 2 in a row at home. But there were some scenes last night as new Suns owner Matt Ishbia, the ball came to him in the crowd, which, and Nikola Jokic came after him. Here is just play the video. We don't need sound with it here, Taylor. You can just play it whenever it's ready. But actually, it wasn't Jokic goes to the ground. Who dove into the crowd?
It's going to be strange to walk into this building and not see his smiling face.
It doesn't matter. Nuggets player does. Jokic comes over. He rips the ball out. Or no, it was DeAndre. That's right. He rips the ball out of the hands of the owner. He kind of pushes it down. People accusing Ishbia of flopping, which, whatever, that's fine if you want to say that. But then again, if you had that 7'1" giant of a man bearing down on you, I don't care who you are, you're going to immediately fall backwards.
I do like how everybody's like, oh, that's the owner. That's the owner. Like in the post game between talking to Joker, talking to the coach for the Nuggets, like, so? I don't care. It's the same situation. It's a fan. Like, he might own the team, but he is a fan here. Like, that doesn't change the scenario.
At the same time, if I'm the owner, I'm holding on to that ball. Which shout out to him, though. Put himself in the corner.
Yeah.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Bayou Ford has $15,000 off, plus 0.9% APR for 60 months on all new 22 Ford F-150 SCA trucks, and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Monday, May 8th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 86. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can now catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can follow the rest of today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
I got Frozen stuck in the head. Think about the Coronation song.
Okay. I was like, that was out of nowhere. You just started singing it over there.
Yeah. It's Coronation Day. We're finally going to open the gates again. After our parents' way of solving a problem was to cut me and my sister off from each other for our entire childhoods. Incredibly problematic. And then just shut off from the entire, people that were supposed to be ruling and whatnot. I mean, if we were to do, as we enter summertime, a Disney tier list on worst parents, you are going to be hard pressed. Well, okay, so Mother Gothel, which we'll give her. Well, when we talk about Rapunzel's parents, are we saying
it's her guardian?
It is her guardian. That's what I'm saying. Is her belly mom or biological mom?
I think parent / guardian.
Okay, so
we open it up.
Mother Gothel's a literal villain, so she would definitely be up there. She kidnapped Rapunzel and raised her for, to stay young using her magic hair. But yeah, again, the Frozen parents get such a free pass. It's unreal how poorly they handled everything top to bottom after Elsa accidentally zapped Anna when they were playing in the throne room. I mean, so first thing they do is to tell their oldest daughter, look, I know you were born with this, but you need to bury this deep down inside. Don't tell anybody about it. I know it's still one thing in your life that kind of rules every single thing that you do. And so therefore it's the most important and just uncontrollable and unable to hide, but we need you to hide it. Okay. Don't let anybody know. Also, your sister, don't talk to her anymore. Okay. She can't know that you almost killed her once. So what we're going to do is you're just going to stay in your room. You're going to stay separate. We're going to close down the kingdom as well. We're not going to have any outside contact, no socialization.
Yeah.
No, it actually shocks me that Elsa and Anna even like each other when they get older. They haven't seen each other in years. And then what do? They go off and get themselves killed, okay? Trying to sail, the Frozen 2 kind of retconned it. And they were sailing to, find a cure for Elsa. But really they were sailing to Ariel's wedding was the original story.
Inside the Bayou 4 chat, I think this is the correct answer. I know it's not Disney. I know it's not animated, but the Home Alone parents.
Yeah.
Maybe worst of all time.
Can't happen twice.
What are we doing?
Can't happen twice.
It really can't happen once, but if it does, okay. The second time, like somebody needs to come get them kids.
It's the old sports thing, okay? Look, if I'm your coach, I'm not going to be mad at you at a mistake, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Go 100 miles an hour, which they definitely were, going 100 miles an hour trying to make the airport after the alarm clock's going to go off.
Yeah, set a different alarm. There's old school ones you can wind up back then.
But it's like, yeah, look, if you're going to make a mistake once, okay, we can work with that, okay? But you just can't do it twice. That's when coaches start to get mad. That's when you lose playing time. And that's when, Home Alone should have lost their kids. Okay, but then again, you ain't taking Mr. McAllister's kids. Look at that house in the Chicago suburbs.
Yeah,
I believe he's either a lawyer or a finance guy.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, that's enough money where you're not getting the McAllister kids out of that family, no matter what. Good luck going to battle legally with Kevin McAllister. Like, the state doesn't want that fight. There's just no point.
Though, how about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids parents? They did it twice.
Well, okay, so let's try to remember this. Let's try to remember
Rick Moranis.
They blew up the baby first, right? Isn't that the actual first one?
I thought that was the second one they blew up the baby.
And then I thought Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was second. I haven't seen these since I was a child, so I need to get this straight. But to be fair, making the baby into a literal giant that was getting attacked like King Kong style by helicopters, that was bad.
Yeah, I think it was second.
And then Shrinking the Kids, also awful, though it did lead to that.
Yeah, as Emil says, Matilda's step-parents.
Oh,
Danny DeVito?
Just makes you so uncomfortable as a kid. Like, I remember hating the movie just because of how greasy Danny DeVito felt.
Yeah.
And
that was like Penguin Danny DeVito, like right after that. And like, that's the only way I can see Danny DeVito is as the Penguin.
There's still no real life.
Cobblepot?
Yeah, Oswald Cobblepot. There we go, dude. There's no real life arc that I love more though than Danny DeVito, like taking all of that and then just multiplying it by 10 for It's Always Sunny, and just being like, how deep into deprivation can I go? Like, how out there can I make this character? And it just gets better and better and better every single year. Okay, they said Shrunk the Kids was the first.
Yeah.
So Blew Up the Baby was the second.
Yeah.
I always had that different in my head for some reason.
Yeah.
They might have shrunk him in a third too. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Keep the bad parents coming. I would like to know the other answers that were missing.
Somebody earlier said Parent Trap. You have twins and you keep them separated.
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah.
Like what? You get okay, fine. We hate each other so much. Like, you want to talk about narcissistic divorce?
Very true.
We hate each other so much. You get a kid, I get a kid. Doesn't make any freaking sense. That's awful. And they just go around like it's normal. They just get back together. Like, those are some deeply mentally ill people. You just don't get to split the kids. Like they're the couch or something. I don't understand that. Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia, says Greg Lamont, Harry Potter's adoptive parents. Yeah, I would say say so. Yeah. I mean, no, they were awful. Now, if you want to be completely friendly to them, they did take on what they knew was going to be kind of crazy and maybe even put them in danger at one point.
Do we really want two Lindsay Lohans hanging out together?
I would party with two Lindsay Lohans for sure. Not regularly, but for sure.
Oh, yeah. And then you'd have a Hogs band again.
Yeah. Exactly. That's basically how I got banned from Hogs for the Cause. Was partying with two Lindsay Lohans. Greg Lamont. Who was it here? Sean says, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves was the third movie. That's right. Yeah.
Shout out Rick Moranis.
Little
Giants, Ghostbusters.
I know, man.
That trilogy we just said.
And
Little Shop of Horrors. Is that his name? Little Shop of Horrors?
Do you know the story about why he kind of took a step back? It's really sad.
Was it his son?
His wife died. And so he took a step back to, care for the kids.
Yes.
Very normal thing that I think any of us would do. And then that's why I was so happy when he came back and was randomly on that Mint Mobile commercial from because Ryan Reynolds continues to be a marketing genius. There's no one better at marketing in the entire world. But yeah, getting Rick Moranis back. And then remember like a couple of years ago when somebody just punched Rick Moranis on the streets of New York?
Yeah.
What the hell, man? That guy's a bad parent. Okay, the worst. It's funny too. So Rick Moranis, not a good parent on screen, an incredible parent in real life though. When he shrunk himself, did they almost get eaten in the cereal, or was it in the kids that almost got?
I thought the
eaten
kids did, but
okay, that's from the kids.
Yeah,
okay.
it was one of his sons that he almost ate in the cereal.
Yeah, and
that was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
And the ant freaked me out.
The ant was so iconic, dude.
Yeah.
I
Like
think
the
Disney-
actual ant, A-N-T.
Yes. Just the giant blades of grass, the giant ant.
And then the giant oatmeal cream pie
Yep.
Ooh.
There's a
that for some reason was just
so
laying in the
good.
middle of the backyard.
Looks, hey, it happens, dude. The kid gets bored. Of
Yeah,
the
it
snack,
looks.
throws
I
it on
remember
the
when I was a
ground.
kid watching it, I was like, man, that looks good.
Yeah, it does look so tasty. They actually came out with a video game. I didn't play it last year, but called Grounded, where it was basically someone who obviously loved the ant scene and then was like, I'm going to make a survival game out of this. So you're like, I guess, a tiny little person in a backyard, and you got to like kill ants to build armor out of their shell and stuff and all this other. It sounded really cool. I never played it though. But Cajun Coach says Obi-Wan a bad stepfather, totally misled Luke. I don't know if we can grant Obi-Wan and Luke weren't together enough for me to grant stepfather status to him. But certainly if you want to get into Obi-Wan, maybe not doing the best job with Anakin. I think that's out there, even though that was more of a brother relationship, as Qui-Gon was more of the potential father, which is why at the end of Phantom Menace that is called the Duel of the Fates, because the two fates of Anakin kind of hanging in the balance there. Okay, here's a good point by Emil. Jack Nicholson in The Shining, Can't just get possessed by supernatural forces when you have a family. Big true. Big true. Shout out to our guy Emil, too. Weekend winner, getting engaged.
Oh,
that?
shout out.
Yeah, dude.
I saw that. Congrats, Emil.
Yeah. Taylor Sharp. Wait, Lindsay isn't a twin? Good call.
Hey, that was back then very innovative.
Yeah, it was. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And yeah, Lindsay Lohan was the it girl for a minute there, especially around my age. Shout out Brian Arsenault says, T-Bob, I cooked some radishes last night. Damn good. I'm telling you, bro. You know what's crazy? When Chef Johnson was telling us about the radish thing and how when you cut it, that allows the oxygen in. That's where the spice comes from. I never eat that many radishes, but sure enough, later that day, my wife made a little radish sandwich with anchovies. Very good, by the way, but sliced up, just a completely different flavor than the cooked radishes that we ate with Chef Johnson.
Yeah.
It is the amount of
Anchovies,
science.
huh?
Yeah, how about that? Really good when spread out appropriately, but I did get one bite with a ton of the anchovies clumped up. Little overwhelming there, but like a tasty little salty little treat. It was like a little lettuce, little anchovies, a little radish, and I can't remember what else was on there. And it was good though.
Anchovies. Is that your favorite canned meat?
No, I'm a Spam boy.
That's right. I'm Vienna sausages. You're Spam.
I'm a Spam boy.
Yeah. Mario?
I'd probably pick Spam out of those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Taylor?
I'd go probably Vienna sausage out of those two.
Yeah. Well, do you have any other canned meats? It doesn't have to be those two.
I mean,
That's the only ones
do I know
Yeah,
any
that's
other
all.
canned meats?
Anchovies. I mean, that's a canned meat.
Yeah, but I'm not eating.
canned tuna. Right? I used to eat a lot of canned tuna back then.
Yeah, I guess that's technically meat.
I'll mess with Spam, but probably not much else, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, Millwall. 2-0.
Already?
I think.
Wait, the game just started.
Pretty sure it's 2-0.
All right, we do need to get into some of that coming up next here. Wish Jake a happy birthday. See if his Evertonians can come through for him as it is promotion and relegation season. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
OTB, OT.
Get Gordon and get it done. That's right. Go to Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys today. You can follow them online at Get Gordon, where they've always got new content dropping. They got the Craig Kim Mulkey shopping spree giveaway going on right now. Go watch that video. We played for it on Friday. If you want to see Gordon dressed up in Coach Mulkey's pink feather boa jackets, that's for you. If you also want to be entered to win a $500 prize, as well as giving money back to the fight against Turner syndrome, go follow the rules of the contest. Remember, everybody who enters, Gordon McKernan going to make a donation to fight Turner syndrome. So look, if you need somebody who's going to fight for you, get Gordon and get it done.
Yeah, we tell you about it all the time, like not, just one sport. I mean, we're talking NIL, we're talking multiple sports, multiple schools as well. Like they want to help out in that realm. They certainly have done that with your favorite athlete, but they can help you. Go to getgordon.com. Right there, you can have a chat with them on the site. Area code in Louisiana, followed by the 8s, 888-8888.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come home in Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down the
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to.
Jimmy Ott, Charles Henniger for the Monday edition of Game Time. We're at Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill in Denham Springs, recapping all the weekend Kentucky Derby, LSU baseball, and NBA playoffs. It's right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Walking through a party in the county jail. The prison band was there, they began to wail. The band was jumping and the drum began to swing. You should have heard this knocked out jailbird sing. Let it rock. Everybody let it rock. Everybody in the whole cell block was dancing to the jailhouse rock. Spider Murphy played the tenor saxophone. Little Joe was blowing on the slide trombone. The drummer boy from Illinois would crash, boom, bang. The whole rhythm section was a purple gang. Let it rock.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Welcome back, Bob. Welcome back, OTB. It's always funny to me how, like, these, I mean, I wouldn't call this country, it's more rock and roll, right? But it sounds a little more country than I think maybe what people think of like rock and roll in the modern sense. But either way, just how these dudes were the old school bad boys, right? In and out of prison constantly, playing for other prisoners.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, I feel like you catch a lot of judgment, which, you know, maybe we just had a different view of prison back in the day.
That TikTok that you sent a while back about like 1950s and like things that they thought were like really edgy. I watched that in Wheeze for like 3 minutes.
He's like, he's a 1950 gangster. He's like, hey, wanna smoke cigarettes and say curse words at the same time. Oh, that guy's awesome. I can't remember his name. Another group of immigrants.
I know
Let's
you're
beat
talking
him
about.
up.
He did the same thing about like football coaches in the 1920s.
All of his
yeah,
are good. He
it's
has
great.
like, medicine in Victorian England. All of his skits are. I think his name's Kyle something. I can't remember. Kyle Parker.
That was really, really good because you're like,
Maybe.
yeah, that wasn't that deep. Wasn't that bad boy?
No, yeah, exactly.
That's what T-Bob does at Don Juan's. Every week.
Yes, 100%. They say, well, no, I don't yell at other groups of immigrants.
Oh, well, I meant the smoking cigarettes and cursing part.
But yes. The first
I mean,
two,
do you yell at
absolutely.
Moscona? Like the last name Moscona at one point was an immigrant.
Yeah, no, look, for sure. Look, me too. Acadia, shout out. I could trace my lineage back to the two Abear bros coming over from France back in the day, a Cooper and a, what was the other one? I can't remember. Exactly. Shout out to him, though. Jake, shout out to you. It is your birthday. What, at 38 years old, what is your ideal birthday day look like?
Oh, so it's a Monday, so that's tough.
That sucks.
Tough scene. Last year it was on Mother's Day, and if you're a mother of four, that's going to take top billing as it should.
Yeah.
My birthday a lot of times does fall on Mother's Day or pretty close the day before, whatever. It's the Monday portion. They're like, what are you really doing on Monday? Like if it's a Thursday, like you can have a day on Thursday and survive on Friday.
Yeah,
you can't really do it. So it's like, do you do it the weekend before? Do you do it the weekend after? So you're a little bit of no man's land.
That's true.
A little bit of no man's land. So
yeah, I didn't really thought about that. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is where you just do a fun family dinner, but you keep the drinks under control. You don't go full triple marg into the win, unless you want to, unless you're made like that.
Well, I still
some people are built differently.
I still got 3 more hours of radio after this.
You should start doing that. Just start drinking on air in the second show. Don't talk about it because then you might get in trouble. But just give yourself a little birthday
I actually
treat.
don't think we could get in trouble.
Oh, because you're not beholden to FCC.
None.
Yeah, that's right.
We can actually say whatever we want on the airways. Now, they don't like us to just go full wild boy, but
but
we had Drew Timmy on. I told you this a couple weeks ago, and he started his off like we were in a podcast. And my 104.5 ESPN mind froze a little bit.
He was just dropping straight F-bombs?
And I think one.
Okay.
Got one, but he said the S word as well. And it was all a joke because him and Farnham had a bet about the Cowboys 49ers. And I froze for a little bit. And I was like, oh yeah, calm down. You can do this here.
Well, you know what else you can do? You get yourself a little drink during the show today. Why not, dude? Listen to Off Campus, Sirius XM 84 this afternoon, 2 to 5, and hear Drake get drunk live.
Oh, you would appreciate this on Off Campus today. We actually ran a poll because we were, football season. We'll start to do like deep dives on football teams post spring, and I put a poll out there. Like I was letting the listeners decide which team we talked about.
Oh, okay.
Hey, here's 4 teams. Which team do you want us to talk about? We'll do a full spring, post spring practice report on your team, and it's right now. So I had Clemson, Washington, Florida, and Nebraska. Nebraska for you. So
you already know.
Right now,
know who won.
13%. Well, it's still going on. 13% said Clemson. 12% said Washington.
Get out of here.
36% said Nebraska.
Let's go, dude.
39% said Florida.
What?
Yes. So you still have time. You have about 4 hours left to vote on this. So if you want to hear about another team and not the Florida Gators, although if you're an SEC fan.
Where can I post this? I need to post this and make sure this goes to the Corn Hub.
It's on Twitter. So, but Florida,
your
the
Twitter
win
though,
totals,
or Sirius?
mine.
Okay.
Florida, the SEC win totals came out from DraftKings, 5.5.
Yep. I'm about to say 6.
5.5 for Florida. So I think a lot of people want to hear about how bad Florida is going to be, and that's why they're winning this. I mean, it's got right at 400 votes, and so there's a lot of people want to hear about the Florida Gators and maybe how bad they're truly going to be.
That's okay. I do kind of like that. I do kind of like it from the angle of getting to bask in Florida badness, but at the same time, I mean, am I just too deep in the cornhole, or is Florida objectively less interesting than Nebraska?
I would much rather.
I feel like
teams,
Nebraska is way more intriguing to talk about. I mean, Washington's probably the best to talk about here, but they're never going to win the poll.
Yeah, exactly. That was going to be my point.
Yeah.
I would probably want to do a breakdown of Washington, but they just, for whatever reason, they haven't moved the needle.
Yeah.
They're probably the best team on this list. I mean, it would be a conversation between them and Clemson, depending on how Clemson comes with a new coordinator. I guess people have heard about Clemson. They know Clemson. They know Cade Klubnik. They know Garrett Riley, even though he's new to them. Like, Nebraska is intriguing to me.
Well, and you also know that Clemson's going to dominate the ACC. Like, maybe Florida State gets him, but they'll be second, right? Yeah. So it's Nebraska has a chance to outside of the Big Three and the Big Ten. There's a lot of wiggle room and a lot of rope to be climbed. Florida's not going to factor in, and it's different because Nebraska's going to be climbing up, whereas Florida wants to be in the Big Three. Their expectation to be there, and they're not. So them being in the midst is not nearly as interesting as Nebraska being in the midst.
Yeah, unless I'm forgetting something, Washington is the only Pac-12 team to ever make the playoffs since it got instituted. So I would point to that if I were a Washington fan.
Very true.
They 100% are.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Fantastic uniforms.
Good confirmation there with the 100% are, Taylor. I like that. That was.
You're welcome.
It's like a comment. It's just supporting the boy. The verbal equivalent of like an ass slap.
Us.
Like an ass slap, like, damn right, son. Hell yeah. Good point.
Made the dream work.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
So what we're going to do on off campus, and it'd be something we could certainly do here too. Every day this week, I'm going to throw 4 new teams out there and let our listeners pick which one gets the full breakdown.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
It's obviously a little different here. We're team LSU here and LSU specific, SEC if we branch out a little bit, but
we could at least, if nothing else, it's a good idea to take that and apply it to something in the show.
Yeah.
Like I like that, a little content poll to try to decide what we want to talk about. I've never thought about it. That seems so terribly obvious. But I've never really thought about it before.
Well, you would have the old school, oh my gosh, it's your job to come up with the content. Yeah, but we interact with our listeners here.
That's true.
No, but you come up with the content. It's just 4 different pieces of content. That's the point. And then you pick which one goes on air because you're playing to your audience.
Now, Jake, we talked about what the ideal birthday today would be. Tough spot because of Monday. What's your best birthday ever?
Oh, so I have the time of year for me, it's a little different, like for the sports calendar and different things, but best birthday ever. Katie one year did a full surprise, told me we were going to dinner, and I forget how she did it, brought me back to the house, and when I got there, she had like a full sushi setup, like a chef, and all of our friends were there, friends and family. So like a bunch of my teammates from the Chargers were there, their families, our church family was there, and it was a house. And we were only gone for like 25 minutes. And she's like, oh my gosh, you got, whatever, we got everybody to the house. And everybody was there. It was a really good time. And it was May, so like my teammates weren't worried about like hanging out too long or whatever. So we just had a house full of people. We ate some fantastic food.
Was this in San Diego?
I was in San Diego, yeah. It have some great memories.
That's very cool. Yeah. That's very cool.
Played basketball and badminton most of the night as well. So it was just like everybody was like in their different station. The pool was popping. So
I remember I got one surprise like that where in college, early on too, when you're still missing the high school boys. My wife did sneak all of them in town one day. I came back from a day of drinking at the pool, and next thing I know, they were all hiding out in the house. It was, oh God.
Historian, is he there?
Yeah. And then it was so much fun because this is, not the best to do, but a lot of kids of the college age engage in binge drinking.
Oh, okay.
But
it's gonna be much worse.
I got to open my presents twice because I don't remember the first time around. So I opened them that night, and I got super hyped on getting the DVD 310 to Yuma. Because I loved the 310 to Yuma remake. It was awesome, right?
Yeah.
And then sure enough, in the morning, I reopened the DVD 310 to Yuma, got hyped all over again. It was awesome, dude.
How did you know that you got hyped twice?
Because apparently when I opened it the first time, I literally went around the house yelling, yes, 310 to Yuma, and just getting like way overexcited.
Dude, I love that a DVD could do that for you.
Hell yeah, dude. It was a good movie.
Awesome. I'm weird about gifts. I am weird about gifts because I am I'm 38. I'm about to be a father of 5, and I feel weird. Like my mom still wants to get me gifts. My mother-in-law still wants to get me gifts.
For sure.
I know, and I'm weird about it. I'm like, don't worry about that.
You gotta have a nerdy hobby.
You don't really need. Well, don't.
I know that's what I'm saying, but like for me, it's just so easy to get me a gift because you can just basically buy like an adult toy.
So for
$15. I'm not like ecstatic about it.
Yeah, I'm very boring. There's not a lot like I'm into right now, like outside of like my records and my record player. But like I want to buy those because I like for my records to have a story as well.
Oh, you'd like a cool record though. What if somebody found you like a cool? Come
If
on,
there's a
you
cool
can
story,
get a cool vinyl for sure.
But
dude.
so I just I'm getting a bunch of melon hats.
See, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect though.
It
right?
is because I got a bunch.
Anything that
and I
you
want to continue
buy,
to add to them.
but you're like, can I really justify this?
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, just go ahead and treat yourself on the beat. Hell, I need another melon hat, or I need Matt to start paying me because I'm just advertising for My High 24/7.
I would love to get you a melon hat for just because.
I'm gonna get. I'm get myself a melon hat. How
No,
about that?
I get to pick it out though.
Okay, I'm down. Maybe one that I could also wear front facing. I can't wear the My High one front facing.
Why?
It's way baseball flat bill vibes. Like it's different than the one you have on right now with the yacht,
it
the yacht
doesn't
rope.
have the rope,
and it's
yeah.
the shape. It's the shape of the front. You got those little indentations.
My black one, it was like that. You just gotta fight through it. You gotta fight the good fight. You just gotta keep wearing it until it forms and those go away.
Like the flat bill,
yeah.
or what?
Yeah, you gotta bend it a little bit.
Oh.
You gotta wear it a little bit. You gotta sweat in it a little bit.
I feel so insecure wearing it forward though. I don't know if I can.
I'll because mine is just like you're saying. My high one. I'll go along with the journey with you. We'll just have to form it together.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Underrated Christian Bale movie is Thor: Love and Thunder. Ooh, I disagree.
Hard.
That movie was kind of the definition of mid. Which sucks because I love Taika Waititi.
Yeah, me
and
too.
Ragnarok
Me too.
was so sick.
It was.
But whatever, man. It's hard to make movies.
Christian Bale wasn't bad, to be fair.
No, he was cool. That is true. He was actually one of the best parts of the movies. That is a fair point. You know who I liked in 3:10 to Yuma? Ben Foster. Very few people do as creepy as well as Ben.
Why
Foster
is he not
does.
famous? Like more famous.
I don't know.
Alpha Dog, great character.
Alpha Dog. That's funny because that's exactly what I was also thinking of. Was Alpha Dog. It's a good movie. All right. When we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked here. We got to talk playoffs here on Off the Bench.
Which
OTB, OT.
Not NHL though. I do need to give my Panthers a shout out. I got to start wearing my Panthers jersey because they're playing like some All-Stars right now, up 3-0 on the Toronto Maple Leafs. You know who stays winning playoff series? All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. Speaking of All-Stars, you go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. And look, you can actually, it's a great place to start if you want to explore some of the deals that they always got going on. Remember, military members year-round, you get discounts if you're a veteran. Thank you for your service. Recent college graduates as well. The bottom line is All-Star wants to help you, okay? So go online, look at the deals, look at the selection. You can buy right on the website if you want, or go see them off at Airline Highway. Let them guide you through the process. All-Star Toyota, Baton Rouge.
Yeah, go check out everything they have available for you. And I said it earlier, I'm going to say it again because it is true. No matter what you're looking for, they've got you covered. Highlander, 4Runner if you're looking for that midsize SUV. Sequoia if you need that full-size SUV. Sienna minivan like T-Bob drives around. Plenty big enough for you and the family. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Hey, it's Matt Musso. Join me Monday through Friday for your daily update on LSU baseball with Musso at the Box, presented by New Orleans Flooring, wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, and check out New Orleans Flooring. 2 locations, Metairie and Prairieville or NOLAFlooring.com.
Turn my music high, 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 yeah. You don't know what you're doing. Sure I do. I'm from the streets where the hood can swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you could run the slalom. And cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. Where personalities clash and chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like this Wall Street.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my God, gosh, look.
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Sandigrove, join us for the Monday edition of Hanny Time. It's a big weekend in Southeastern Conference baseball. As we come down the stretch, we take a look back at LSU's series against Auburn. Hanny Time, noon weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Between us, you were like my best friend.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Jake, a man of emotion, as we said earlier, but also a man of passion. A lot of R&B in there, man.
I
want to
know
lower ab hip thrusting going on.
Yeah, I want to know what people put on, you know, their burnt CDs, their mixed CDs, whatever you want to call them, mixtapes. Like, if you're my age, if you're anywhere between like 35 and 40, like, what was the go-to? Because I know for me, you were getting Usher, you were getting Jagged Edge, you were getting something in that realm. Like Boyz II Men, if I did it like a deep reach back.
I want to say in high school for me,
Drew Hill, for sure.
Brian McKnight was going to be on there.
Brian McKnight had a strong chance maybe to be on there too.
Probably Kissed by a Rose was going to make it on there.
Good call there. That's a banger.
I don't know. Those two popped in my head.
Yeah, those really good.
Not bad.
Those are good.
Not bad. They would have made it on a Jake. They could have made it on a Jake mixtape, is what you're telling me.
For sure.
Hell yeah, dude.
For sure.
Somebody was talking about underrated Christian Bale movies. Mentioned the movie Equilibrium, which led me to watching Equilibrium fight scenes during the break. Y'all ever heard of Gun Kata? You ever seen Equilibrium? Sean Bean. It was kind of riding the Matrix wave. It's got like a vaguely Matrix feel, but in that movie they have a form of martial arts called Gun Kata, which is like the idea that basically it's just like, you know, hand to hand but with guns.
Okay.
It's pretty tight. It's pretty tight. It's really dumb. The whole idea of Gun Kata is really stupid and unrealistic, but it is pretty cool action.
Key Sweat for sure was on the mix CD. Good call.
Yeah, for sure.
Jodeci for sure was a good call. Like, see, this is what I needed. Just needed some more.
Scott Dice, I was rolling with Mystical.
That's aggressive. That's aggressive. God, what was that famous Mystical
I didn't really
line?
make any love mixtapes. We always had like party mixtapes. So like a lot of Lil Jon back in the day.
What were you doing?
Getting everybody pumped up, dude.
I mean, yeah, I get pumped up, but like also like, what you doing?
Probably, and this is a weird thing to admit, but the music that I most listened to with, when copulating was actually Metallica. It was an aggressive time, for sure. I don't think I've ever actually had like a nice like R&B, session. Never been a music guy during. Seems great though.
Yeah, for sure it is.
Yeah, that sounds really aggressive. Metallica.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, I know.
Whoa.
It was aggressive.
But I mean, like
a lot of Inner Sandman as you're entering.
Some really good intros, like to build up. Now that I'm
Something
thinking
else.
about it, but hush,
Hush, little baby, don't say a word.
Great song.
Never mind that noise you heard. It's me under the bed. Where'd you go from here?
Where'd you go from Enter Sandman?
Yeah, some LSU Tiger Wire and USA Today put out the best games in LSU football history.
No.
got a little too hype for the Virginia Tech games.
Hell yeah!
Apparently, Virginia Tech 07.
Watch
we
Virginia
beat
Tech and
the
just get horny.
hell out of
Yeah,
Virginia
y'all
Tech in
destroyed them.
07.
That was a great game.
Like Pavlov's dog, right? When you ring the bell, he salivates. I hear bow, 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 and I just immediately get a rush of blood to my loins.
Oh, Millwall up 2-1.
How about this? Shout out Colin Hurley, invited to the Elite 11 finals.
Nice. LSU quarterback room.
Yeah.
Stays healthy.
Look, real talk.
There we go. And that kid loves LSU.
Yes, he does. My God, he is about as real as it's going to get in terms of getting everybody else involved, recruiting kids. No, that's cool though, man. Look, Elite 11 is what it is. It's not to say that everybody is there ends up being great, but there's a way higher than normal number of kids that go to the Elite 11 finals that end up in the NFL. Like that is very impressive by Colin Hurley getting that done. As I have him ranked as the number 13 quarterback in the class, well, screw you, because he's in the Elite 11 now.
I know. I need to see if I can get my guy Yogi Roth on the show. He does a great job for the Pac-12 radio channel on Sirius 3-1 Millwall. And
oh wow, they're just scoring all over the place this game.
Jesus, but he's on the West Coast. It's always when you got the early morning show in the Central Time Zone and you're trying to get the West Coast. It's like, hey, can you come on at 9:30? And still, it's like still 7:30.
Yeah, a lot of people don't play those games.
They don't.
Wait, so what about him then?
He still works with the Elite 11, so he would have great insight onto him getting the invite, why he's there, all of those things. So I'll see if I can set that up because Erlenberg is a worm.
Didn't Dilfer used to do it?
He did, but now he's a coach at UAB.
Yeah, not anymore.
I would assume that's a conflict.
Okay, look at guys at 9:30. There's a video from Sweet Dizzy D. It's a Twitter video from the coronation. Have that ready to go with audio, and let me know when we have it ready to go with audio. Ryan Bragg says, was this in T-Bob's basement with strobe lighting and matches on the floor? No. This was in a car, generally in some sort of empty business park back in high school. That was always the play back in the day. And if these freaking random numbers don't stop calling me during the show, I'm going to fight someone. Empty business park, undefeated.
I think everybody heard us talking about you answering phone calls and not texts. And like, I got a chance to get T-Bob.
Or I've just had this number for way too long, and so every single call I get is just a telemarketer or some sort of other thing because my number is just floating way too much of the internet.
I've had the same number since my senior year at LSU Ole Miss week after they got my original cell phone number that I had since high school and called me all night long and left voicemail after voicemail. I had to change it.
Oh, wow.
And so, I got a new number then, but I was riding with the same one. But since then, which is like 15 years ago, 16 now, I've had the same.
All-time funny scheme, even though, whatever, like maybe a little problematic, maybe not the best to happen to somebody, and you kind of feel for him, I guess, was Tim Tebow's cell phone number leaking the week of the Florida game, and then him having to change it because everyone was just leaving him constant voicemails. That's just good, clean college fun.
I'm just so glad we won the game because if not, that celebration when he went to the LSU student section and did like that would have lived on forever.
Yeah, we'd have seen it on every ESPN highlight package.
Hey, well, thank this 38-year-old man right here for getting it done, okay?
On your birthday, shout out Hester.
He stopped us from the nightmare scenario of us having to watch Tim Tebow throw the cell phone up in our face for the whole time, which is funny because he threw it up like a hang loose, right? Yeah. Whereas now you see little kids and they do their palm. Because it's more representative of a smartphone. Isn't that funny?
That was a Razor back then.
Motorola.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
That feels weird. Hey, hello.
All right, let's go to break. When we get back, we're going to do Ask Mitch. But before we do, play this video from the coronation and tell me, as the tweet points out from Sweet Dizzy D, that this church is not singing Wide-Backed Vagina Camellia. All right, more optimism.
OTB, OT.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. When you overthink it, don't overthink it, guys, girls. It's easy. Okay? Centralplumbing.org. The number is 925-8552. They've been at it for 50 years, y'all. So I don't care if it's an old problem, new problem, in-between problem. You're like, hey, that's a relatively recent issue. Well, it's okay, because they've seen it all, and so they can fix it all. And everybody's licensed, bond, insured. You got flat rate pricing. They got a great warranty, so you have peace of mind every single step along the way. Go to centralplumbing.org.
225-925-8552. And if you're looking to upgrade, if you want to remodel, that's it, your home or your business, they can certainly come in, give you a consultation, tell you exactly what they can do for you. Right, where they can place everything, new vanities, new shower, new toilet, like whatever it is, they can certainly do it for you. We also encourage you to go tankless for the tankless water heater. They can install that, never run out of hot water. Again, 225-925-8552.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
$0 over MSRP at Corval Toyota in Opelousas. That's right, don't pay over MSRP. There's no markups, no games. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
What's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because
Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. We're recapping Tigers and Tigers, the LSU Auburn baseball series from the Plains. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? I got a bad desire. Oh, I'm on fire. But tell me, pretty baby, is it good to you? Can he do to you the things that I do now? I can take you high. Oh, I'm on fire.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Jake, I forgot last Monday I was out. And, we're always talking about Thomas' email when it comes to Riverlands Insurance. But Thomas is also a massive, massive softball fan and coach. And a huge shout-out to Riverside Academy, the Division IV Select State Champions. How about this for tenacity, Jake, for perseverance? They lost in the semifinals for the last 3 years and then finally pushed through and got the dub this year. Shout out to the entire email crew. Shout out to the entire Riverside Academy softball team, man. Look, my dad has always said this, and I don't know if I can say that I found it true because I don't know that I won any championship in my life beyond the 07 championship. But he has always said that, look, it doesn't matter what level you win a championship on.
That's right.
A champion's a championship.
It does.
And it feels the same, okay, regardless of level. And he's someone who won in high school. He won, USFL. So, yeah, congratulations, man. That is something that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Also, shout out Alvo for the wide back vagina video. He's the one that linked that to me in my Twitter DMs.
It was going so well.
Yeah.
There in the shout out, the perseverance,
everything. Yeah. Hey, look, royal families persevered through about 1,000 years. Credit to them. Must be the wide back vaginas. Something about the longevity there. Also,
deep dive.
Shout. Yeah, exactly, because it's so wide, you can't find your way out.
That was yeah. So I was trying to go
right into that one. Man.
Yeah, literally walked right in because how spacious the hallways are. Mario, weekend winner.
What's odd? This is a conversation that we've had way too many times.
Famous Family Guy line, throwing a hot dog down a hallway. That's what I remember that from. Stewie talking back in the day. Yes. Mario, weekend winner. We haven't even mentioned Mario's haircut. Line looking fine today.
First thing I said to him
looking
today.
Good to go.
Yeah.
I meant to say it earlier. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And Jake, something we haven't talked about with you, of all your birthday wishes, would anything make you happier than if Everton could avoid being relegated?
That'd be great. They play today. And so it's like a little bit of, they play on my birthday. Can they ruin my birthday? They could. They really need a win. I will root for them in the championship, right? I will root for them no matter what league they're in. You don't pick a team because they're in the Premier League. I can watch those games now. There's easy access to watch those games.
What is it, just like Peacock or something?
ESPN Plus.
Okay, cool.
But I'd rather watch them in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So, could you please, for my birthday, give me a win.
So what do they need to do? If they win, are they going to be good?
No, I mean, there's still games left. But if you get a win, you're feeling good.
Okay.
You're feeling good. Like 3 points.
3 points for the birthday boy. Come on, boys.
Please. Come on, Blues.
3 points for the birthday Blues.
I support you. Everybody always asks me, why you support Everton?
Look, I know he loves the Blues, okay? But we need to make him happy here on this Monday. Well, you do love blues in more way than one. You love rhythm and blues.
I do.
You love, old school blues.
Yeah, I do.
Like the Everton blues.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. I love the Blues so much that when I first started this job, I wouldn't let Tony Lightfoot have red lights in the studio.
Wow.
Because that's Liverpool.
Saw Les Miles with his old no red jersey because he hated Ohio State so much. He used to have green jerseys in practice instead.
Yeah.
The quarterbacks. Agatimba Baton Rouge, AgatimBR.com. Then again, I hate Alabama, so I hated red jerseys. AgatimBR.com. They'd have been like putting in front of a bull. He would have gotten hit more in practice if you would have put on red. Agatimba Baton Rouge. I'm doing this early, aren't I? Let's do Ask the Bench. Brought to you by Cole Kurz Life Visit here at Southern Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Ask the Bench. As you get older, are you doing the home projects yourself, or are you getting someone to do it?
Oh, myself. I love doing a home project. My wife has redone probably 5 houses in our marriage, and so you better learn.
You're going to learn today.
You're going to learn today. I feel good about most things, like even some small plumbing stuff. Feeling pretty good about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I am, as I get older, I'm going the opposite direction. Like the second I paid somebody to cut my grass, I was like, oh my God, I'm never doing that again.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it for 10 years.
Yeah.
And the second I paid someone, I mean, once you rip that Band-Aid off, it is.
It's kind of like you talk about with
not
high
easy to go
ceilings.
back.
When you start paying somebody to cut your grass, it feels like a step of making it.
It does. It absolutely does. That is fair. Hey, do you want to remind you to Rejuve Me Medical, restore me, refuel me, rejuve me, younger. You're going to feel younger, better, kind of like you used to. Jake's getting older, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, when Jake went in to Rejuve Me, they told him that he still had the T of like a 13-year-old. Maybe that's not the case anymore. Now that he's having a baby girl, maybe it is. I don't know. But the point is, you can go get that free consultation, Jake. You can figure out exactly where you stand, where your body's deficient, everything else, and get a plan for you to feel better where you want to be. Is Jake looking at retirement homes or mobile scooters today?
Ooh, hey, retirement homes.
Give this man a hover round.
I've got 12 years. I've got 12 years. 12 years from today. All right, so what year are we in?
You're going to retire at 50?
Yeah, 2035. Well, I have 2 retirements.
Oh,
I got the NFL retirement. Yeah.
Damn,
I got the
son,
NFL
that is
retirement. I got the
freaking-
radio retirement. So, yeah.
That is tight.
No, I'll have the option. I'll say that.
Yeah.
12 years.
Tight.
2035. We'll
like
be,
I'm gonna
we'll be
have to-
signing off the bench, the final episode.
I'm going to have to be freaking taken till I'm like 65. And I'm so old. None of you even care anymore. Why am I still talking about LSU? Please, somebody kill me. Go to Pace Plus Urgent Care if you do feel a little sick. Go to PacePlusUC.com. Please.
Oh, that got real.
It got real. It did. It kind of felt real.
PacePlusUC.com, where you will see the difference. Okay, Patient Plus, please. I've been telling you for 40 years. They've helped me age gracefully. Go to Pace Plus Urgent Care, PacePlusUC.com. Look, hey, happy birthday, Jake Hester.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, sir. Piccadilly, I'm coming for you.
Greg says no grit when another person cuts your grass. Yeah, that's fine, though.
I get it.
That's
I had a
cool.
lawn
I don't
service
care.
in high school, and I was like, never again.
Make so much money. All high schoolers are doing that. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow for more OTB.
OTB, OT.
Go to Accutemp of Baton Rouge, AccutempBR.com, AccutempBR.com for all your cooling, heating, electrical needs. It's right there under one roof, and it's service to the highest degree. And it's not just a pun. Don't just talk that talk, they walk the walk. Go look at the online reviews like I tell you every single day if you don't trust me, because it is time to take control of your comfort zone. Go to AccutempBR.com.
Go to the website. You can have a chat with them right there on the site. So maybe you can't get to the phone. Maybe you've got a question. In fact, I need to call them myself. Right? My AC is not cooling like it's supposed to, but I'm part of the Star membership, so it's going to be easy.
Jake, just remember this new sweet deal for the month of April here. What are we in, May? Month of May. Look, the heat is coming right now, and so they're doing an overstock sale. If you get that new AC unit right now, Jake, $500 off. $500 off. The time to act is now. Okay, go to AccutempBR.com, AccutempBR.com.
AccutempBR.com.
Hello, Samantha, dear.